Hello, hello, good people of the world of Hold. So we are booting up our first stream of this year, and let me check. So we are in the game, the players are getting ready to start. This is the third session of a game that was started last year between Sabertooth and playing Kush, playing Axum, sorry, and Fluffy playing Carthage. So here we are, and I believe it is Sabertooth's turn at the moment. So we had two sessions previously. Um, uh, 1 second, coordinating with the players. Um, Alright, and I will be joined actually for co-commentary by Soren Johnson himself. So 1 second. You have to give him a call. And hello Aran, welcome to stream. And hello Bector. Happy New Year indeed. Still setting up at the moment. Here we go. Oh, and Soren's in the chat as well. I'm giving you a call, Soren.
Hello.
Hello, Soren. Welcome, welcome for this exciting match. Happy New
Hey, can you
Year
hear me?
as well. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me fine? 1 second. I have to check my sound levels on Discord. Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yep, you sound good.
All right. And for everyone checking the stream, so if anything needs to be adjusted regarding audio level, don't hesitate to chime in and to feedback on that. It's always a bit fiddly to get the right sound level so that everyone can be heard loud and clear. An exciting match, so I had to catch up on the previous sessions, and it is a large map for the tournament, and it got exciting toward the end with a bit of a push. If I remember correctly, you were agreeing with Scientific that Sabertooth kind of had to make a move, but it didn't quite work. He was pushed back in his initial attack in the south around Sevest, if memory serves. And the center city spots are getting settled. I think all the spots on the map are settled now. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's they were kind of a little late to grab the middle cities, and Saber had perhaps a window to attack, and it kind of seemed like he needed to because Fluffy looks like he has the economic advantage, and kind of like long term, perhaps things are not looking great for Saber. And so Saber did make a push, but unfortunately he kind of attacked on the wrong side of the city, which is something we've seen a lot in a lot of these matches.
Yes.
And got kind of, and so Ed was able to, if I remember right, there was Fluffy had a pretty strong route with an elephant that came up at just the right time. I mean, Sabertooth couldn't have known, but boy, that elephant sure showed up on the right turn for Fluffy, because it was a pretty devastating route.
Yeah, that route was devastating indeed, beautiful or ugly, depending on where you look at it. Yeah, it was a great play. And indeed, the window seems to be closing, or seemed to be closing at the end of last stream. I've been confidently wrong in predicting what could happen many times, so I hesitant to be too affirmative, but Fluffy has a strong science lead, if I remember correctly. We see 89 science per turn generation on Axum side. whereas Fluffy is on plus 200 and is getting to jurisprudence. So
Right.
that's going to be a flurry of Elder specialists, I imagine, getting down with guild when that happens, and yeah, it feels like he's going to
Yeah, and his economy appears stronger as well. He's producing more resources, producing more money, and I guess I'll say, I guess I'll say I've been kind of talking about this a bit, and this is one of the reasons we're adding point symmetry. Is this is actually sometimes these matches hit this point where the map is full, and it's really hard to see a route back for Saber, and I feel like that is sort of made worse by the fact that they're playing on a wide. It doesn't look like ultra wide, but it's just a wide map. I'm not sure. Maybe it's ultra wide.
I have to check the
Let me see.
settings. It is an
Yeah, oh,
ultra wide.
it
Yeah.
is ultra wide. Okay. And because I feel like if you had a more square shaped map, it makes the then location can matter more.
Yeah.
But now since they're kind of squeezed together, I don't like Sabertooth can't ever gain like a temporary advantage in a certain area. Maybe try to trick Ed into sending all his troops someplace and then attacking somewhere else. I mean, that's just off the table. Maybe there could be some interesting naval play. I mean, I'm just kind of grasping for straws, but
Yeah.
with such a small front, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see any way for Saber to get back into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard.
Sorry to take away the. I mean, that's my prediction. Sorry to take away any tension.
Oh, no
early on.
no problem. And I've been doing predictions and been wrong, so it can happen. But
Yep.
yeah, it
I've
seems
definitely
Fluffy
been
has an
wrong about some
advantage.
games.
I would agree with you there, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will be interesting to see the point symmetry map in particular that are in test at the moment and that will be released next year, because next year, this year now, in the coming patch, because yeah, the narrow front line with the aspect ratio on ultra wide means you can't really be where your opponent isn't. There's not
Yeah.
enough room to do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like harping on what you were saying essentially, but
I
yeah,
mean,
we'll have to see.
the players might keep choosing ultra wides. I mean, it's up to one player gets to
Mm-hmm.
choose, right? So I'm not necessarily sure what the rationale is that's going through their minds why they all keep choosing ultra wides. And we've seen some interesting matches recently that are square inland sea matches, and those all have turned out to be pretty cool matches to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
we'll see more of those.
I like the potential for naval play, and well, we'll see. This is the first, let's say, big community tournament. We have a lot of participants. I'm sure people will learn, and well, they have learned already. We've seen quite a few strong players emerge that were not known names in the MP community before, and yeah, I'm curious to see what people will try and play with these new map formats, these new possibilities. Definitely a lot of activity on the MP community at the moment, and yeah, exciting to see for sure.
Yep. All right. Did someone post in the Discord about the matches up now?
Yes, I made a post in general.
Oh, Filthy picked this up. All right, great.
All right, cool. Oh yeah, I only made one in the community tournament channel. I missed that. Indeed, thanks, Filthy. All right. Yes, this is Soren and Kitchen. Indeed, Filthy Robot. Thank you for reposting on the tournament channel. So Sabertooth is playing his turn, advancing his units toward the front line. Yeah, it's interesting with the settling pattern they had, where Fluffy confidently managed his backline first and had steady and forward progression, whereas Sabertooth went forward much more eagerly at first, but then had a lot of trouble getting back and having some tribe management in the backline. At the end of the day, they ended with the same number of cities, although Fluffy had an advantage for some time. But troops, the forces from Sabertooth seems to be more spread out as a consequence of this uh, late settling of his backline. He has a very beautiful coastline though, with joined up territory from his capital almost to the center. So we'll say if that plays a role.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, he's got a great network, road network. He's got great mobility. Yeah, it's I'm trying to think what I would do if I was Saber. I mean, I guess I would try to cheat as much as possible on not actual cheating, but cheat as
Yes,
much as
yes.
possible on military military builds in the sense of like you need to start getting out specialists, getting out improvements, urban improvements. Just basically you need to try to catch up with Fluffy any way you can, economically and science-wise, and just hope
Hmm.
that maybe Fluffy doesn't notice that you haven't been building as many, military units. So kind of try to stay on the edge of, are they even right now? What there's the nope.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
Fluffy is
actually,
still weaker.
Fluffy is listed as weaker. Okay, so there's
Yeah.
actually quite a bit of leeway for Saber to kind of pretend to be bigger than he is. Um, I guess the other path is to just go all in military and try again. But what do you think?
Hmm. Yeah, well, I'm not sure. Fluffy has a lot of spears and quite a few tribal units. They are Thracian, so they are very, very strong in the center because they have bonus on heals. So around Masawa now that it's been settled, they will still shine a bit. And yeah, neither player went for Maceman, I believe. And Maceman would do short work of the spears we see on both sides. Um, we have the Dimit Warrior. Have they been upgraded? Not quite yet. They're not yet shuttleized.
Right.
Um, yeah,
I mean, I'll say
yeah. Sorry, go on.
Filthy is choosing kind of some interesting tech paths like this. He's almost finished jurisprudence, and in doing so, he passed up military drill, um, which is, I mean, that's pretty late for military
Oh
drill still on
yes,
the table.
indeed.
So that's pretty interesting. So he's got, I'm not even sure what type of troops that are available to him. I mean, I guess obviously spears and the Carthaginian elephants, but to some extent, that's all he's got. So you're right. The maces would be, there's a huge opportunity right now for Saber if he's some. I don't know how far is he from maces. Um,
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not sure the opportunity would be there for long. So
yeah,
I would have liked
yeah. He
to
doesn't
see it
even.
earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even have steel. So
Oh
needs to
yeah.
get axes first. Even just axes would be would be nice. But he's allowed Fluffy to build as many spears as he wants and not really worry about it. I mean, as we've seen, Carthage sometimes goes down quickly in a fight because he is relying on a lot of tribal units.
Hmm.
But it's just so narrow. Like kill a couple units, fine. He's still going to be able to reinforce them pretty easily.
Yeah,
Um,
but there's a strong economic advantage. So some aspects are a bit lagging behind for Fluffy. I would say his road network is not on par with
yeah,
what Sabertooth has been doing. So he's not.
for sure.
Well, he minimizes connectivity issues using rider cities, but still getting troops from the back will take some time. But he has a very decent naval connection in the north, so not quite as extensive as his opponent, but
Yeah.
still quite strong. Yeah.
Saber right now is building 3 councils. Really sure what's up. Four councils, 5 councils, 6 councils. What is going on? Is
He's
he?
I'm
He's
not
building up
sure. He wants a lot of civics. I
civics for
think he really
something.
wants civics to enlist.
He
He
wants
has
to
a
capture.
zealot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He wants to use the zealot. Okay, so that's a sign that he's going to try to attack again. Which, okay, maybe he feels confident because he's still listed as stronger. And okay, I guess. I mean, the issue is he's got ranged units and there's all these trees in the middle. Like that's what I see as the problem.
Yeah,
Um,
I suppose the northern city is a bit more of a strong point for him, being well hard to damage to start with. It's a champion city, so with a bonus defense, and there's still scrub cover, but not as many trees as in the south where he attacked at first, which was probably a mistake, yes, because supported with, well, Dimit warriors are quite strong, but supported by ranged units, they weren't very effective in the woods, indeed. Fluffy is being conservative, moving back some of his troops, standing in his territory at the moment,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's a bit of opinion issues as well, I think, on Axum side. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, Fluffy knows he can, you know, Fluffy is not going to go on the offensive, but Fluffy feels very comfortable being able to just sit on his point lead and his science lead right now.
yeah, indeed.
Uh,
He's completing wonders and he's getting the. He went for a long play, which I
yeah.
love because that's not expected from Fluffy, indeed. But
Hmm.
playing on an ultra wide, going for scholarship and jurisprudence, which is probably one of the latest payouts for Tech Pass. But what a payout! He will have a very strong science advantage. So so long as he can survive to convert it, he will be very hard to dislodge. So playing conservatively from his stance makes complete sense.
Yeah. Going for the long play is Carthage,
Mhm.
so not maybe what we expected. Um,
Yeah, and his judge is looking quite good at the moment.
does Saber have any Shotalai out yet? I see that he does have 7 laws. Haven't kept track of whether these are
I
still
I think he's still
still
building his
Demits.
first citadel in Yeha, his champion seat, but
Yep.
I might have missed another one.
Let's see.
I don't see one in the
Sure.
capital. There is a stronghold, but no citadel yet. Um,
Yeah, let me check his workers.
yeah, I imagine no
I
shuttle
see.
yet.
Yeah, only one citadel being built, which is still 4 turns away. Um, yeah. I mean that's a very strong unit. But needs to be able to produce a bunch and give the front line, or at least upgrade the ones that he's got. Where is that? Oh, it's up there in the north. I suppose he could. It wouldn't be hard for him to send his Demit warriors back to his capital to be able to upgrade them quickly, if he can afford it.
Mhm. Yeah, if I
He's got a
can
decent
send
amount
them
of
to the
training.
coast, they could get back indeed. But
Mm,
yeah, there's a large cost in training, and that's 200 iron per unit as well. So it has a decent amount, but not really enough production to be making Demit wires and upgrading them. That would be 350 iron per unit, which is quite
mhm.
expensive. So it will depend on his economy, and his economy is a bit lagging behind at the moment. I'm sure he can catch up, but his ambition is leading him toward Zoroastrian monasteries, which sure are good, but wouldn't help him get those units on the ground. So uh, yeah, and I'm sure there's a bit of tension between massing everything on the front line and getting back to upgrade. So we'll see what he opts for. He upgraded several cylinders, I believe, in the recent
Mhm.
turns.
Yep. I mean, we're still seeing a lot of warriors on the map for year 78. I mean, it feels like. I mean, these two cut a lot of corners to try to get their cities out. I mean, that was the pressure that was on them. But
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy that we're on turn 78 and we don't see any axe. There's no axes on the map. Neither side even has steel,
yeah.
right?
5 warriors on Axum side, 2 spears, 5 Dimit warriors, which are definitely pack a punch, but they're a bit spread out at the moment, so it's not like they can clearly strike in the same place. And
Yep.
yeah,
It's hard not to wonder what that battle would have looked like if Saber had a few axes sitting around. Um, I'm
indeed.
trying to remember. He didn't. Funny, I seem to recall axes, but he doesn't have. He doesn't have steel. I don't know. I guess it's my too many games. They're all starting to
Yes,
starting to blur together.
indeed. I seem to remember there was an axe at one point that came out from an event, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might be mixing things up as well. But yeah, he's eagerly awaiting for his citadel to complete, I'm sure. And the terms, I can see the turn timer starting to tick as well. But he made use of his bank, so players are a bit more knowledgeable about these features.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I actually haven't been able to notice when players were using their bank. It's kind of a cool feature. But we don't necessarily, highlight when it is used.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, usually you want to use it during combat because that's the most difficult time. Currently, Sabertooth has 60 seconds banked, and Fluffy has 152. So.
Yep. Quick players.
Yeah. Which feels like appropriate for Fluffy's situation. It was just kind of like, yeah, come at me. I'm gonna keep some time if I need it. I'm gonna keep some troops if I need it. And what's Fluffy building? I mean, Fluffy's building more spears. His only real option.
Yeah. Spears.
And
some forums and
spears.
treasury ones, so I can see he's feeling better about projects these days, boosting his economies a little bit and having his cities wait. And I think, I assume he wants them to grow to be able to get some quick elder specialist now that guild's coming up. Let's see if he adopts it. I imagine he will, but it's not done yet. Oh, and he has a choice of ambition. What did he pick?
Yeah, he's got three disconnected cities. Or are these rider cities? No, wait, 1, 2. Okay, yeah. So technically only one disconnected city.
There's Maleth as well. That's disconnected. Panormus is connected with the river. Yeah, 2 disconnected cities and half connected cities. The riders.
Oh yeah, I guess there's 2. But I mean, that's also one of the interesting things about the riders is since they're connected, you don't take the time to build the roads, but then you might pay for that in the long run when you need to actually get your troops to the front. Because it is interesting, like if Fluffy had just a few less troops in the front, you could see a case for Saber making a push because Fluffy really can't reinforce nearly as well as Saber can. But it just feels like there's just too many troops, from my view. Yeah, but boy, I mean, Fluffy's feeling pretty confident. I mean, he's building a forum in his most forward city. Yeah. Not a wall and not the unit, and it's got solid civics. I mean, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
he's looking forward to building a bunch of specialists in that city or something. I don't know what he's.
I guess he's just having it wait essentially. And does he have the Acropolis or something? No, there's no Acropolis on the map.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was his plan, but no, I don't know. Guess he, long game. He's building walls in Hippo Regis. That's strange. To think he'd want the walls.
I think it just wants to stay on the defensive. So it makes some sense because at one point, presumably, Sabertooth will feel forced to move in. So,
for sure.
Oh, he's opting for vaulting. So he's leaving military drill on the board once more. So I'm not sure what the plan with vaulting. Maybe cathedral for the legitimacy and orders. Maybe he wants happiness boost. I'm not sure.
Does he have access to ranges? Is that what's going on here? Where he just is like,
No, he does not. No composite bow, no military drill, no nothing.
Oh yeah, you have to. That's right. You have to get military drill anyway. You can't get ranges before barracks.
I suspect he might want to go for a flashy play on barding at the end of it all, but I don't know.
From games I've played with Fluffy, I'm definitely not used to no barracks on the board in 80 turns into the game.
Oh yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah, but I love the pivot. I admire that changing the way one plays. Yes, indeed. And yeah, we are sending Elder Doctor, Elder Monk, 2 specialists, 2 Elder specialists in one turn. Another Elder Monk in Lilabium, an Elder Scribe in Carthago naturally. So making good use of guild. He spent his money.
Yep. It's It's interesting. If you look through Saber, he's got plenty of barracks and ranges, which is great. I mean, he's got a great he's got a great road network. He's got great military production. I mean, he's got champions. I mean, I don't know. It's if he just had a little more economy, you could see him really trying to turn on the unit spigot right now, and maybe starts making some progress. I mean, I guess ultimately he probably needs how far is he from Angers? He probably ultimately needs Angers too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and he's got machinery. Okay.
And Civics Boost is coming in, which will help. He has
Yeah.
a definite, significant order advantage also at the moment. He's
Yeah.
generating 61 per turn. And
Well, I really
that's
would like to see him. I didn't realize he had Angers. I'd really like to see him start using those. I mean, that's a powerful weapon in these tight ultra wide maps.
I, I
If your
I
opponent,
think it
especially if
just
your opponent doesn't
unlocked
have one.
them, so that's why we don't see any on the
Okay.
board. But is he producing any? Not
I don't
really.
see any.
Slingers and yeah, not that much in military production. All told, I think that two slingers in production.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fluffy can do machinery, but it's currently in his draw pile, so he's gonna have to at least wait 3 more turns to start it. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, vaulting. Boy. Guess he's looking for what's he looking for? Um,
I assume either cathedrals for the
yeah.
orders, but that takes a long time to do, or the happiness boost to secure his opinions. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if he has a plan with that, with maybe a narrator here or something like that. Oh, is that a new leader in Axum or a change of archetype? We have a commander
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
lead
So no
now.
more, no more zealot. So if that part of that play was to, I guess we're gonna see if we let me check the. It's a good way to find out what happened. Um,
I see a few events. Yeah, Queen Mawat has died on this year, indeed, Coronation Festival, Seize the Throne. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly if that was what was the event.
was there a throne seize? It wasn't just a natural death.
Apparently she was severely ill, so I didn't catch on that. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not absolutely certain, but it looks like a natural death indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, she was 64, so it happens. And I just have to make do with the commander. Um, I mean, there's always good stuff to do with civics, so I'm sure it won't go to waste. But
Yeah, I mean, commanders are a bit underrated, I feel, by the community, especially at this stage of the game when you have a long standoff. The experience for all units
mm,
adds up. So we'll see if that does something for him. And
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
his army is all infantry, so
Hmm.
I guess that's nice. Um, yeah, that's it's such a weird mix of units this game. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have any. He has no mounted units. Is that right? Did he build one at some point? And I can't remember.
I don't believe he
Um,
did.
oh, he
Uh,
doesn't even have spoke to wheel. Jeez,
yep.
what a weird game. Um,
Yes.
I guess it was is what was happening here. Were they all just emphasizing the law text because they're both on 7 laws.
Hmm.
So I'm guessing that's kind of what forced them to avoid the more traditional military text. I mean, I certainly get from Carthage's point of view why you'd want to get to your stompy boys out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, unique units, well, mounted unique units I like because of that. Because you don't need that many mounted units typically. Lots of effort will be setting up the route chain, and you really just need one to execute the route, although you will probably
mhm.
lose a unit. Uh, but having a few at least is very important. Uh, Maybe not as important as it can be in this game since we are not seeing siege units on the board yet, but it's very important to at least have a few to counter siege units and to deter your opponent from forming big packs of units. So yeah, we are definitely a bit of a gap in the armor for Axam for sure at the moment. Having no mounted units on the board is definitely a bit of an issue. Although Fluffy has not been skimping on spearmen. There's
Yeah.
5 toward the front line, and he's producing a few more. Um, but yeah,
Yeah. With the age of the leader who just died, I don't think I really like the civics boost pick. I mean, when you're that far behind in science, you just can't waste science on these optional cards. Um, he needs to get himself steel or smoked wheel or something. You know, um, he could get an advantage on Ed because of his limited army composition. So he needs to try to get those attacks. This window won't be open for very long.
yeah, maybe I'm not sure. I tend to grab the civics boost. That's probably one of the boost card I value the most. But it's true that we are already well advanced in the game. He has pretty good civics generation without it. So I'm not sure if he realizes how much of a gap has opened in research. He knows Fluffy is learned to him
Mm-hmm.
and weaker. So, but maybe he underestimates because not only Fluffy is learned, but he's also taking much faster at the moment. So the gap is widening.
Yeah.
And as decisive techs are going to get more and more expensive, the difference between plus 100 and plus 2, plus 300 will be, yeah, a bit of a scary situation indeed.
But yeah, Matara, he's just started a new slinger. I mean, is that his only option at this point? Like, I really want to see him push out an onager instead than a slinger. I mean, I guess he just maybe just can't afford it. But
Yeah, I
I
didn't want to change his production. He started a new one, you mean? A
yeah,
new one with
he just started a new one. So I wasn't going to
All
necessarily
right.
criticize
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ones that are finishing up, but like it feels like, yeah. I mean, having
Yeah.
an onager on the field is one of the few little advantages he can get right now.
Yeah, and I'm not
Again, this is
sure.
not it's not great territory
Hmm.
for an onager with all the forests, but still, I mean, it forces your opponent to retreat, perhaps. So
Yeah, and I think I agree with you there because I was thinking maybe he has a plan in mind to go for longbows because archer are not going to crush everything at this point for longbows or maybe crossbows, but he's very far from it. He's 3 techs away from Botkin arrows and way more than that for well 4 techs away from windlass. So that's not coming up rapidly. So yeah, I'm not sure what he's thinking about for his military plan. But Fluffy feels a lot more comfortable at the moment for sure. Yeah, Fluffy just went from plus 200 to plus 250 research per turn with the completion of a few Elder Specialists. He's getting another Elder Doctor in Zama at the moment, another Elder Monk in Leptis Magna, an Elder Scribe in the Lilabeum. He's making, well, good use of his guild, for sure. Uh, yeah, I don't know what's his plan for late game, but he's definitely securing it.
yep.
Yeah, and on the other hand, yeah, I was wondering about that. If maybe the civics boost was also an opportunity to rotate the tech draw to go for the goods boost. The plus 400 iron, stone, and wood is definitely helpful when the economy is getting uh, um, uh, when it's getting hard to pay for advanced units, so maybe he's going for that and wants to wait for it to get his onagers, but it feels hard to catch up at this point and to wait. I feel waiting is not his best strategy, but I'm not sure what he can do at the moment either. So it feels hard as a situation. Yeah. yeah, he's getting a farmer as well, and quite a wave of worker in his backline cities. So in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workers in production,
Yeah,
6. Yeah, so trying to catch up. Yeah,
yeah,
7 at the moment.
yeah. I mean, I like that. That's kind of what I was suggesting earlier, of the sense of like, do a little, build less military, because you probably don't have enough right now anyway, and maybe you can catch up with them long term. Um, so, oh, oof. Going
There,
from civics boosts to goods boosts. I mean, I just don't know. Like, I get that he needed, I get that you need civics and you need goods, but if he's going this route, that means he needs to attack like in the next 10 turns, right? Like, otherwise, what's
hmm
the point of these boosts? Because he's going to get absolutely destroyed by Fluffy, 30 turns from now. Like, there's just no way he's going to be able to compete once Fluffy has, you know, uh, you know, what am I saying about Cataphracts or some other
hmm
high level unit,
Yeah,
crossbows,
we'll have to see
whatever he
when he
ends up with.
converts, but he sort of needs the goods boost, I believe, to pay for a wave of onagers. We'll see if he can use that. They are actually on same amount of workers, 34 aside. So of course that stat counts includes disciples, so it's not quite accurate, but still Fluffy has a definite advantage in numbers of improvement produced with 134 to 95. So so yeah, that speaks of his economy again, and
Mhm.
including the wonders in protection, there's 3 more on Fluffy's side. Yeah, you were picking on it with Cyan as well last time, but the pyramids left unbuilt on turn 80 seems a little bit crazy. I guess they already have their laws, but
Yeah, that's right. I
uh,
forgot about the I forgot
that's
about the
amusing.
pyramids.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, wow. That's
But I guess
that's
just
that's
for the
nuts.
VPs, at one point, someone will build
Yeah,
them.
this game could easily come down to VPs. So yeah, you'd think Saber would be tempted. I mean, unfortunately, it's not very useful for them. But I mean, it could save them at the same amount of civics as the civics boost, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um,
There are a few amusing things with this game. So Fluffy founded all religions but Zoroastrianism, but that's the one he's following. So despite Carthage civics, he didn't deem it necessary or desirable to adopt one of his own religions and to develop it. So he's quietly benefiting from the full theologies that were paid by his opponent, I believe.
right.
So yeah, but that's funny. There's like all religions have been founded, only one by his opponent, but that's the one he picked. So uh, interesting.
Yeah.
Um, I see a Manichaean disciple on the board. I'm a bit surprised. No, he's not on tolerance, so maybe he got it from an event. Uh, yeah, it doesn't seem to have an allocated to belong to a family, so yeah, maybe just coming from an event.
Yeah.
And yeah, his research is up to 273, so climbing quickly at the moment. Yeah, his research is skyrocketing, and Sabertooth is improving his own tech rate, but not nearly at the same speed. And I think some stats are a little bit deceiving. Fluffy only has 3 more techs discovered than Sabertooth, but I believe there are way more costly techs because he's up to jurisprudence. And I think so scholarship, jurisprudence, doctrine are all costly texts, 600 ones and a 800 one. Whereas on Axum side, uh, on Axum side, there's just doctrine on the fourth rank as a 600 tech and none on the next rank, the southern one. Sorry, not 800.
Hmm.
So yeah, higher value ones. But it's yeah, very impressive in a way to see Fluffy going for the long game. He has such a reputation as an aggressive player, and when we are saying that, that's just not. We've all played against Fluffy. That's not just a reputation. We've all got crushed by crazy rushes. So
yeah. Well, he saw for what 5 or 6 turns ago. He was listed as weaker, right? So that probably put him in a situation where it's like, I don't necessarily feel like I should, if I can just hold this line, I feel like I'm going to end up winning the game with the point lead and with the big science lead. So, yeah, I mean, I think he was. I don't know if originally his plan was as Carthage to end up stronger. I mean, I'm still a little confused how he ended up as weaker. It has something to do with, I guess, how the different units are ranked.
He focused more on economy, I believe, and but he's not weaker anymore. It's just similar. So he must be just over the threshold. So 25% less, I believe, than his opponent. From the top of my head, I might be off, but yeah. But all his units are on the front line. He has like just a few that he's recently produced that are back. So they are very concentrated and efficient. There's one elephant in traveling, but everything else is focused in his frontline cities, which is still not true in Axum. We are getting closer to that, but not yet.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a last tribesman, an old Thracian raider, pummeling Masawa in the center.
Right. We may not see much more combat for a while.
Yeah.
So it's going to make the game challenging for casters. Because there's plenty of interesting stuff going on right at the end of the last part. But yeah, I don't know how long. Well, without the Onagers coming on the field, I think it could be quite a while until we see some extra combat here.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes. Oh, well, I hope it will. It's a bit unfortunate seeing getting to machinery and not doing anything with it. I would like to see Axum produce a few more. He's going for a one-turn slinger instead of an Onager at the moment.
I guess I probably don't appreciate how much his economy is suffering because he's building another council in Zula. I mean, let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Looks to me like he's got plenty of civics. Yeah. I mean, it's good he's doing all these workers, but he's got to find a way to get an Onager out somehow. Go chop some trees, sell wood or something. I don't know. You got to get that Onager going. Even just one can make a huge difference.
Yeah, and he has some opportunities to work on his echo, and he's doing that a little bit. Well, I assume he's looking at his events at the moment. But there are quite a few idle workers, so using those first would probably be good. There are unimproved nets and unimproved sheeps, and it's not like drowning in food at the moment, so there's definitely some easy small fixes, but that will still take time. So yeah, we might have a hard time finding much to comment about at the moment. It seems there's a bit of psychological effect as well, right? He identified that he had an opportunity, but he went a little bit underprepared, got crashed, and that probably convinced him that he couldn't really make progress yet. But of course, that plays strongly to Fluffy's advantage.
Yep. We need a short little break here, so you're going to be on your own, okay?
No problem. All right, so we see a lot of workers in production indeed. So he's identifying that the game is going late and that he will need. Just tuning in fully. Oh, welcome Alcaraz, welcome Valen as well. and Happy New Year. So not that much happened. So essentially, at the end of last session of this game, um, Sabertooth moved in and was pushed back. There was a pretty devastating rout from a just-in-time turreted elephant, I believe, that pushed him away. Fluffy has a very strong advantage toward the late game. He's almost up to 300 research at the moment. He started the stream around 200, so that is a very strong advantage. His opponent is barely on 100. So he's almost tripling the research rate of his opponent, and he already had an advantage earlier. He beelined to, well, not quite beeline, but he went to scholarship and jurisprudence, so that's what we are seeing in play at the moment in terms of science rate. You can see the beautiful increase that is still spiking and spiking and spiking turn after turn. He went from quite a few Elder specialists already, so there's another pair of Elder acolytes in production. He went from some Elder monks and other specialists in his core. Elder doctors are around, so his cities are. Most of them have very decent science protection, with of course the capital and his second funded city, the trader seat, in the lead, but by no means the only one contributed to the research, so a very healthy setup for his tech. This is not going to go away, he's going for machinery now. He was weaker than his opponent, but on okay. Axam went back to stronger, but they were similar last turn, so they must be just around the threshold. The minus 25% plus 33% threshold, I believe. So, and he's well gearing up for the long game, which he might have had in mind for some time. So his leader is severely healed, so that will hurt a little bit. This is quite a strong leader, but he's in a very solid position. In his cities, he's getting more turreted elephant. His opponent is still not on strength 8 unique units. I believe the Citadel is about to complete his first and only Citadel, to my knowledge. In Yeha, his champion city, his second city, if memory serves. So, yeah, there's no Citadel in Adulis, and none anywhere else, I believe. So he just got the goods boost. I hope he burned that on onagers, but because he needs them. He's dealing with a bit of rebels. His opinions are not great, so he's paying extra maintenance because of that. I'm not sure. Oh, the Duchess is -4 discipline as well. That's not helping. But yeah, he's alright. So he's upgrading his first Demit to Shutelize. So with the 3 right now, so that's 600 iron just spent and quite a bit of training. So this is probably with this potential upgrades in mind that he was doing concealed.
I'm back.
So yeah,
on the line.
We just saw the first upgrades to Shutelize from Demet Warrior, so I believe the councils might have been to pile up the necessary training, and he spent most of the iron he got from the goods boost. I hope we see onagers now with the goods boost. He will have the wood, the stone to pay for that, but well, not yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's rushing a farmer in his champion seat instead. Probably to reach toward the horses, because he doesn't have horses in his champion city, so if he wants to use a spoked wheel that he's looking for in his efficient cities, well, I guess that is the reason for that specialist rush.
Yeah, I mean, those Shotai are going to do some heavy damage if they, get to those spears. You can see they, take off 10 hit points and disarm them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's got a bunch of, for lack of a better word, trash units lying around.
Yeah.
All these slingers. So who knows? I mean, But yeah, Ed's sitting on. He's got, let's see, one, two, three turreted elephants in the back line. Not the back line, but just slightly out of range.
Yes, indeed.
Or, yeah. Um,
And he's producing more in the back as well, so he will have a fifth one next turn. Some spears still coming up. So yeah, Shuttle Eye would be very efficient against the infantry line that we see. But they are a bit hard to support. They're good to combo with ranged units, right? Because you can put the Shuttle Eye in the front, disarm the units, and then they are a bit easier to kill for ranged units. But the forest is making that hard at the Sevest. They're not as protected around the Hipporegius, but he can still move behind these walls. And I would like to see Fluffy getting more units, though. So he's focusing very hard on the strongest one, rushing turreted elephants in Kartako, but not much more actually. So yeah. I suppose he's probably very confident in his ability to hold, and he's going for machinery himself. So there was maybe a 5-turn lag between the two players, but it won't amount to much in the end.
Yeah, I just saw he just upgraded a couple slingers to archers. So he's making good use of his training and the goods. I'm sure that would have been much more useful as a training boost than the Civics one. But and he is now currently stronger than Carthage. So we will see if he decides to do a push. I mean, he's got good units. If he just had, say, 2 onagers, like, it'd make a huge difference right now. We'll see. I'd like to see him maybe switch Zola. We'll see if he'll be able to afford to switch Zola. I mean, he's got plenty of stone now, so he could theoretically switch Zola and Koheito to onagers next turn. Well, Koheito can't rush. I'm just wondering, he could rush onager and Zula next turn. And we'll see if he goes that route. I mean, it's going to take a couple turns for him to get his best units to the front anyway. But like, it's time. I mean, he upgraded to his best possible unit he can have on the board. I like the fact that he's researching Spoked Wheel. That's good. But this window, if it is an actual window, is small. For sure.
Yeah, Fluffy's leader is doomed. I'm endlessly amused to see him skipping military drill again and going for Portcullis this time. He wants his spy master, I assume. And that's
wow.
Well, interesting to see. Let's say.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see his rationale at the end of the game for skipping military drill over and over and over again, especially with such a spearman heavy force. It does feel like he's sort of asking to be punished there a little bit, but maybe.
Apparently he's content producing just one military unit a turn, but it's a turreted elephant, so admittedly a very strong unit, routing with 8 strength. And panic, so the capability to disarm as well, potentially. But yeah, that's all he's doing. So all his military production is rush production at the moment, which can work quite successfully in the late game. He has the civics to sustain that still a bit more, I believe. So, and I assume he's going Portcullis with the idea to go stirrups and Oli War to keep brushing units and completely ignore the training production. But we'll see. Yeah, Martial Code only needs Portcullis and stirrup. So
he's got a plan, obviously, but it's interesting. The it kind of feels like I was talking at the beginning about Saber maybe cheating on military to try to catch up economically. Obviously, he's gone the completely opposite route of that. Basically, he's done military buildup, but the one who's been cheating on military is Fluffy. I mean, Fluffy really has just been like, I'm going to build some walls. I've got some troops. I'll be fine. And I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move. I think I would have built some more military units. It feels like he's making himself a little more vulnerable than he needs to be. I mean, those turret elephants are great, but it just feels like if he had like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I always have 3 or 4 units building military units,
Hmm.
3 or 4 cities building military units. Like, I'm gonna probably be able to coast to victory. Like, there's no reason to be even possibly undermanned in the front right now when it's so easy to defend just 3 cities.
Yeah, indeed. And I'm a bit worried by his order economy as well, which is not as strong as his opponents. So, yeah, we'll have to see if that plays a role in the end. But uh, yeah, I get what you mean, and I guess I agree because his position is a bit fragile. So I'm not sure much of that is. Uh, I'm dying to hear from Fluffy's mind after the
Yeah,
game because it feels to me at the moment like this was planned out. I'm going to have a methodical game going to the late game, and I'm coasting on Carthage early power spike with tribal hiring, and but using it as a security to go for the late game on the tiny ultra wide, going scholarship jurisprudence is the greediest beeline of all. And yeah, relying on the rush economy. If you can get to the late game, rushing is definitely very efficient. So he's doing that in Kartako at the moment. And if he's going for the stirrups, because at one point I was thinking barding, but barding requires steel and battle line and military drill, so it doesn't make sense to skip all of that going there. But if he's just going for martial code to be able to rush with money, which is generating quite a bit of, that makes sense. It means he's going for rush economy, and that's it. And at the moment, since he managed to convince his opponent that it was not time to attack, that they weren't ready, there's the pile up of the long-term play toward the against the shorter term expansion toward the center from his opponent, investing in a lot of weaker units to upgrade later, yeah, and also the psychological advantage of having pushed him back.
yeah.
It might well work. So yeah, I'm interested to think. Oh, we see onagers in production in
Yes, I was about
Axum.
to bring that up, but he's starting 2 of them. But I just still don't know why he's not building one in Zula. The one in Koheito cannot be rushed. That city is weak. It'll be developing in 4 turns, so I guess it could be rushed in 4 turns. But you could instead start that same unit in Zula and rush it immediately. He's got plenty of civics,
Hmm.
so I don't get that. And he's on the move. He's just been spending a lot of training on adding generals. I saw he even promoted a archer to, I guess, combat too, which is like, okay, interesting use of training. Maybe it was very close. I don't know, but his Shotalai are on the move, so he's sort of timed for an attack in maybe 2 or 3 turns. So
Yeah,
the time to rush onagers is right now. So why I don't know why he's not doing that in Zola,
yeah, I agree
because
with
it's
you
just it's just a
there.
council. You could switch out of it right away.
Probably missed the opportunity, I assume. Maybe he just like went and assigned the onager protection in Kohaito first. But yeah, I agree. Doing that in Zula is better just because he can rush it and have it in time
Yeah,
for when his shuttle eyes reach
he's
the
building
front.
he's bu- he's building 2 onagers in his far back cities, Adulis and Sabat. I mean, why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah,
Like,
not
put
sure
it
about that.
like build it in the on. Hmm, okay, all right.
Yeah, this capital is not set up for military production either, so it's not like it's producing it easily. And
Yeah, I don't understand. It's great. I mean, it was very costly for him to be able to start producing 4 onagers, but they all need to be produced at the front because those units take forever to get there, and even then they have to limber on limber. I can never get that straight.
yeah, they have to limit it. And all right, Fluffy is going for the goods boost as
Goods
well,
boost.
hesitating a little
Oh,
bit. No, he
okay.
re-rolled because he's a scholar
Oh, he
now and
re-rolled.
going for the happiness boost.
Happiness boost.
Yeah, I assume
Whoa.
that was his
Oh, he wants
destination,
to.
but
Well, I
with
think it's
vaulting,
a 1 turn. He's probably trying to redraw to something, isn't he?
I'm not
Happiness
sure.
boost
He's a
seems very.
scholar. He probably had a pick of anything he wanted, or maybe
Yeah.
he just wanted stirrups, re-rolled and didn't have a pick. Yeah, I don't remember if it was offered in the first draw.
I mean, his family happiness situation is mediocre, but I
Hmm.
don't know if it's worth doing a happiness boost. Interesting.
there's a lot of cities on the board, so that's still
Yeah.
overall. Let's
I
see,
mean, it's gonna
15
be a
cities. Yeah.
5% science increase across the board. Um,
hmm
so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose it's good security against later issues,
But
and
let's put it this way. I'm sure it was the option was in there somewhere. He must have passed up military drill for the happiness
oh
boost.
yeah, definitely
So
he had military drill. I think he was fishing. My read is he was fishing for stirrups, because that's on the way to a holy war. But the happiness boost
that's
is quite good, so maybe
yeah.
yeah.
Well, if that's the one option he didn't get. I guess I understand. He's just trying to get the stirrups. But well, even then, I might be tempted to take free maceman instead. But um,
hmm
interesting. Yeah. At some point, it feels like he's just punking us, refusing to take military
Possibly,
drill.
yes, he's trolling our viewers. Oh, he's producing an onager in Leptis Magna.
Oh, okay.
Um, Spearmen, steel walls
Like,
on the front line,
I
slow
guess I
builds.
didn't he have to research machinery? I guess I missed that somehow. I was dropping the ball.
That's the tech he just completed actually, and
Ah,
so
okay,
onager in production directly. He didn't rush
okay,
the onager because he rushed a turreted elephant, another one.
yeah. Well, good job on. I mean, that's the thing. Like in my opinion, generally speaking, as soon as if at any point you research machinery, it's kind of a
hmm
waste if you don't start building onagers immediately.
Yeah.
Like otherwise, you should just research almost anything else. Um,
Yeah, and sorry, out of Mithril, hello and welcome to the stream. I didn't answer immediately, but welcome. Exciting match, and we see Fluffy
yeah,
playing the long game in this one. So
yeah. I mean,
interesting
if you just
perspective.
look at the middle of the map right now, I mean, it's hard to get around the fact that Saber has tons of units, right? I mean, just
hmm
if you just blur your eyes a little bit, you're like, wow, okay, there's a lot of units here, and it doesn't
Yes.
really feel like Fluffy is responding to that. I mean, Fluffy
hmm
may not know. I guess Fluffy's scouting is pretty limited if you look at it actually.
Yeah.
So he's not really aware of all the units that are on their way. Um, so we'll see. I mean, I still feel like Fluffy has enough units, and he's got the walls, so the cities are not going to fall
hmm
quickly. But I don't know. I did really just wished. I feel like it'd be a potentially interesting situation if Sabertooth had gotten Anders out next turn,
Yeah, but
which would have been possible.
yeah, it would have
Um,
been possible, but he's still not in position at the moment. So the shuttle are finally here, but they're not on the front line. The onagers won't quite
yeah,
be there on time. He rushed one in Sambal, which was 4 turns away, and I definitely would have liked, as you were mentioning, to see one rushed in Zula instead, unless he has big opinion issues. But
yeah. I there's a small move that I caught which I don't really understand, and this is picking on a little thing, but he had a zealot archer near the middle of the map that he upgraded or he promoted, and for some reason before he promoted he moved it west. He moved it backwards, and I don't really understand that. The only thing the only thing I can assume is he's trying not to show his hand too much to Fluffy. Um, that
mhm.
he's got quite a few units, but they're not really right at the front line. So I think maybe he's thinking, I'm going to try to lull Fluffy into not worrying as much about these cities as I think they should be. Because that didn't seem like a necessarily a very good use of orders when he has so many other units that he could be moving forward.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm not seeing the second scout from Fluffy. I can see he has two. One
yeah,
is toward the front line. The other one is well in the back, actually. Um, uh,
yeah.
but
I mean,
no,
there's
that he
not a
has
lot of
portcullis. I would like to see him maybe planting a
yeah,
few agents to get better view of the
for
maybe not
sure.
the front line, but a bit behind.
Yeah, yep. All right, be interested to see how Saber uses his orders this turn. And he is going for steel, um, which could have been useful quite a while ago with all these spearmen.
Yes,
Um,
yes, indeed.
um, and which Fluffy is still building spearmen. But I guess he has some warriors sitting around that he could upgrade in 3 turns just to axes. But needs to be moving forward. He is not rushed an onager. I guess 2 turns away is probably okay. Zula is Zula stuck on repeat council or something? Oh, he's
I
queued
believe
up.
it is.
Yeah, no, he queued up like 3 or 4 councils. So it could
Oh,
be he just hasn't noticed that
yep.
it's repeating council over and over again. I mean, it just blows my mind that he's not building something more productive in Zula when he's building onagers in his back line on an ultra wide map. I mean, obviously he's got that awesome C route set up. I mean, great job on that. But like, I don't get it. I mean, think of all the money he could be if he's gonna swap a council with his capital. He begins so much more stuff. Okay, so he did rush Strange. I mean, I don't know. His mind, you can tell the mindset is that he wants to attack in like 3 or 4 turns. Because he just rushed onagers in his 2 back cities. He hasn't moved the one to Sabat yet, but he did move the one from his capital and promoted it.
Yes, indeed.
Anti-horse units, anti-mounted units, which will be good against the elephants. He promoted the other onager. What is it? Steadfast? That can't be right.
Steadfast, really? Oh, maybe. Yeah, or he's
sure.
overestimating the number of
tribal
units, but yeah.
Okay.
But there are not
right.
so many left in Fluffy's army. Well, I guess there are strong units. There are like 4 peltas that are close to the front line, but I think that's all that's left.
If I was him, I'd be saving that training at this point to upgrade those warriors to axes.
And slingers, yes, definitely.
Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, he's got tons of units crushed. So what should he do now? Because I guess that I mean, Fluffy doesn't have a crazy number of units there.
Yeah, but without onager support, takes time to set up, and you need to protect them, to have units in front and everything. So it feels too slow, too late.
Yeah. That's the hard part with the different place. He's been sitting on over 1,000 civics now for turns and turns and turns. So if he had followed a slightly different path, he could have onagers limbered in place right now. Right. All right, he's moving his units forward. I mean, there's no doubt he is going for the attack. I mean, if he succeeds here, Fluffy really let this game slip away from him. But we'll see. It's going to be a difficult task.
Indeed. Let's see if Fluffy skips military drill again. Almost all the techs that he has on choice are part of his route.
He's got stirrup.
They're stirrup there, so I expect that's what he was looking for. Yeah.
But we'll see. Does he need? Ultimately, he will need military drill to get to what?
Cataphracts?
I suppose. Yeah, you can't get to cataphracts without military drill. But I guess you can save that till the very end of the game.
He rolled for hydraulics. Interesting. So it feels a bit disjointed. I have to say.
Yeah, it feels like he's all over the place. I do not understand the happiness boost, but okay, fine.
Yeah, I think he's trolling us.
I mean, ballistas will be useful. Obviously, he's facing a lot of infantry.
Oh
units.
yeah,
I mean, basically
that's true.
a
The
100%
solid justification. Sure. Yeah. Okay, I get that. Oh,
he just rushed. Yeah, he just rushed Onager and Hippo. This is what I would have liked to seen Saber do a few turns ago, and this will make things much more difficult for Saber now.
Oh and he's raising the forest as well.
He's clearing the forest.
I'm not sure about that. He will have an advantage with his onagers coming up.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure about that either. Boy, Fluffy is certainly aware that he's in danger, right? But you'd think that his response, I mean, I assume he has more military out. You think his response 4 or 5 turns ago should have been to start building more military instead of all these forums. But I guess we'll see.
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't know, but I do not know about that chop. That seems That seems like the wrong move with
Yeah, a
so
bit
many
early
ranged
at
units.
any rate. Yeah, I guess he wants the wood to pay for the onagers, and he's expecting to have a ranged advantage, positioning onagers on the hills around the Hippo ridges. He doesn't really need to move into his opponent just to defend.
Yeah,
But
I'd
still,
like
it
to see
feels
him
a
at
bit
least.
strange.
I would prefer to have seen him chop the forest north of the salt, right, as opposed to south of the salt. Feels like that would have been a better move. I mean, if the worker gets killed, who cares? That's not a big deal.
And denying scouts positions as well.
Sure, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't realize, but he could bounce that scout. Or whatever the current rule is for scouts and forests.
Yeah, it changed a bit. I'm lost as well.
I think they turn invisible for 5 turns. I think is the current rule.
That should be
it just
what happens.
moved anyway. Took a preemptive move. Figured, might as well get to a new forest, which is fine. That's a pretty good spot for that scout.
Yeah, sure.
He wants to know. He's. I mean, and that's a scout move for an offensive, a military reason. Like he's got those units. He wants to move to the southeast. He's got that road, the road that I criticized after it was done. But I guess it's there. I mean, I was afraid Fluffy was going to build up a military and start using it against him, but we'll see. Zula still building councils. Does he not see it? I mean, how could he not see?
I think he's a bit pressed for time. He had to use his bank a few times early on.
Yeah, but he's got time when Fluffy's moving. You know, so anyway, I'm sorry. Sometimes as a caster, I get fixated on like one mistake.
Oh, we all do that. So I have to apologize to all the players.
I gotta let it go. Yes, absolutely. I don't envy their situation. I find timed matches extremely stressful, especially when you know people are actually watching you, critiquing you.
Yeah. There's a bit of pressure for sure. But Fluffy's line is still shallow, right? There's not that much there. So he has strong units, but not that many. So
not that strong. I mean, he's got a couple of warriors. You know.
Yes.
He's got some peltas, which are okay. They've got the Highlander thing, so they'll be good on the hills. But he's sure lucky that Sabertooth doesn't have a bunch of axes.
Warriors and spears are not that convincing at this stage of the game. So,
all right, the Onagers out. Did he rush? Did that come from a long way away, or did he rush it? Let me see if those Onagers are still in the back lines.
I think it just arrived here. This one. But
this is his two Onagers are still sitting in the back lines. So he must have rushed an Onager in that city, maybe. I don't know.
I think that's the one that was produced in Sembel a few turns back. But I might be off.
Yeah. Sure, that makes sense. Okay, I mean.
But yeah, Fluffy will have 2 Onagers in Thene and Hipporegis next turn. So despite getting the tech a bit later, they will be on par, actually. This is a scary army that Sabertooth is amassing still.
The thing is, at this point, Sabertooth is enough units, so he can just start the slow push. Move his lines forward 1 or 2 tiles every turn, and should be plenty enough to defend the Onager. The question is, where should he move forward to?
Yeah,
it's a bit tricky. I mean, I would like to see him.
I would be tempted to go around in his place, and I'm not sure if it's the right play, but I would be tempted to go toward Thene, which seems not as defended, but it's easier to reinforce. On the other hand, it's closer to the coastline. But I don't know.
He doesn't know, I guess, that Fluffy's network is so bad. I mean, Senai is pretty vulnerable. I mean, there's not even a road going to that city from anywhere. So he could put. It's real. This is one of these just situations as a player you have to judge by intuition, and I'm not sure what the best move is. My instinct is still would be to go to Thebeth, simply for the rationale of, however hard it is for Fluffy to reinforce Thene, it's even harder for him to reinforce Thebeth, right? And sure, he's got all those units in Hippo, but you're going to have to face those units one way or another. They're not going to just sit there if you hit Thene. So I think I would like to see him send all his units just directly south to Veth, and hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah, that might work indeed. And welcome, Markak, to the stream, and thank you for the bits. We are well advanced, and sorry, it took me some time to get to your message, but welcome to the stream. And alright, we are seeing a chariot produced in Leptis Magna, so getting some more mounted units on Fluffy's side.
Yeah.
Oh, military drill.
Military drill is
on the
board. All right. On turn, what turn are we on? Turn 85.
Wow.
I'm sure the whoever our data scientist would be. I'd love to know if anyone else went this long without getting military drill.
Yeah, that's a question for Beckett after the game, for sure. I think he's following the stream, so maybe he's already checking the stats.
Yeah.
If
Especially
you know,
if
is this the latest
won
military
game
drill?
going to slate. Yeah. I mean, some people. I mean, that's a good solid tech for the first 20 turns of the game. So.
Yeah. All right. Onager rushed in Thevès, so the window is closing a little bit more.
I mean, one way or another,
one in each city now, so on the front line.
I mean, one way or another, you see that Fluffy is committed to just a defensive strategy, and you know, if he's able to hold the cities, I mean, then that's it, game over. I mean, he certainly did not stop working on his economy during this period of time. His cities were pumping out more specialists, so. You know, I'm sure the tech lead, he's now producing 300 science a turn compared to what are we at for Exum? 91. Oof. More than triple. So, you know, this is it. This is. I mean, I wish Sabertooth realized this, but like, it's it's now or never. So
yeah, he's invested almost twice. Well, over twice the research. 7,000 total in the game. Compared to 3,300. So yeah.
As I say, now or never. He's now producing councils in both of his frontline cities. So I don't know to say.
I can't agree with that. I would like to see. I mean, maybe even a festival just to get it culture more, but council right on the front line feels a bit hard. And he could rush in Zula, so that's definitely a production center, at least for rushing, right?
Fluffy is building 2 festivals, which were not necessarily super fast builds. Well, let me see here. I mean, they went pretty quickly, but I'm still like a 3 or 4 turns, but that also seems like a weird choice. I don't quite get it. I guess he's trying to get more specialists out. I still play the log game. You think that I'd be tempted at that point just to be like, if I did have if I was low on population for a specialist, be like, well, okay, it looks like I'm going to be needing military soon, so maybe I should start building more military.
But he's getting ready. So Fluffy adopted his pagan religion as a state religion, so all his families are friendly now. So that's plus 10% for all his units. He's also generating 72 orders at the moment, so I assume the switch to monotheism has happened, so that's divine rule monotheism, all orders all the time. So I'm not sure the festivals were maybe to reach, to help with opinion. He has a citizen there, or maybe he wants more citizen for more elder specialists. But he seems to have most of his human specialists in those cities, so I'm not quite sure what the festivals were about. Maybe some form of default picks, but he's definitely in a super strong position economically. He's paying barely any maintenance with all his families friendly, and he funded he ignored all the religions he funded. Essentially, he adopted Zoroastrianism, his opponent's religion, for most of the game, and now just switched to Carthaginian paganism. So very strong.
Got to report that the latest military drill in the tournament so far is turn 82.
All right.
So this sets the record there. Be interesting to see also the latest build for pyramids, because those are still on the board. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get two records this game.
Pyramids ignored for 86 turn is quite a bit indeed. And we are seeing Ballista. Well, a Ballista and an Onager rushed on the front line for Fluffy. Another 2 Ballistas in production, another 3 Onagers that I can see. and more turreted elephant. So he's definitely converting to military production now with a peak of siege units and
Yeah.
unique units.
Yeah.
And yeah, the
Fluffy's
ballistas
definitely
will close the window for sure.
yeah. Fluffy's definitely aware that he's at least theoretically in trouble. And depending, but Saber needs to execute.
Mm-hmm.
But he's certainly adjusted at this point. He even rushed the walls in Sinai, which is interesting. That wasn't necessary. I wasn't sure if that was fully necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather see him, start building a road than rush walls. And not that the two aren't necessarily mutually exclusive, but it seems kind of weird
Yeah.
to me that he's worrying about building an Odeon as opposed to like building a road back. I mean, okay, never mind. He's got a trader worker who's now working on the road from the northwest. So
Oh yeah.
he's now doing the right thing. Should have been done quite a few turns ago. But
Sabertooth is moving
anyway,
forward, so
yep.
spreading his units, spears first. Shotala
Okay,
is close
interesting.
behind.
Oh, he's moving those warriors forward. I guess there was no way. Couldn't he have upgraded those warriors to his axes? I mean, he's got steel, right?
I think he's
Doesn't he have
keeping
steel
his
now?
iron production for Shuttleyes and Dimit warriors
Yeah,
and Shuttleyes
sure.
upgrade, but
I mean, it's hard to argue with that, but still.
yeah, and he's right in time for ballista production with his infantry army. So this might be short. We'll see if he pushes forward. I can see. I can imagine
So
Fluffy
many.
rubbing his hands.
Yeah, so many ranged units. I really feel like chopping those trees was a great call. But
Mm.
what I'm curious is the vector of this army now, because I'd really like it to head south. In fact, I would have much preferred to see. I think he should have moved his onager out of Masawa and start moving it to the south now. Because
Mm-hmm.
these front spears are now out of they're sort of still within the range of the onager.
Yeah, but I think he will have to expose more because I don't see Fluffy moving in. Just letting
Yeah,
him
I don't.
come. So.
Yeah, well, exactly. He's going to have to do the movement. Fluffy's just going to wait. So the question is where to put your guys. And again, like not only is I think the southern city much more vulnerable, but there's trees on the way, so you can move your guys through trees and avoid being out in the open at least before you get to the last push.
Yeah, and we are seeing the first ballistas coming on the board. I was assuming he was going for Holy War and to rush to rush more units, but we don't not think that. Welcome Scientific to stream. We need back to the green screen room so that we can swap to midstream to get the wacky tournament deeds. Yes, indeed, the stats. That would be great. I mean, the entirely is going to get shredded by ballistas. Yes. Doesn't look like enough spears in Axum either. So it's gonna be a ballista route grindfest for Carthage. Om nom nom. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
It looks like that Scientific. I sort of agree. Fluffy is clearing up the ground. And indeed, even if there's a lot of French units on the Sabertooth side, the onagers can just wait in the back. He has some heals in the back line, so drawing his opponents toward the Hypo Regis is playing in his hands.
Yeah. Well, I said I wanted him to go south to the west, and these chops make me believe that's even more true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean the chopping forest is tricky considering that Sabertooth's army seems to be over half ranged. So we'll see how that works out. But what's the best situation is for Sabertooth's ranged units to be in forest, which is an option if he goes straight south. I'd like to see. What I want to see is some roads from Zula east or from Masawa straight south. I mean, just make it a little bit easier for him to start moving. Because he's going to cost a lot of orders to go south. But I really feel like he needs to be hitting the southern city.
But I feel the timing is too late. We are getting a ballista rushed in Sevest, which will do a lot of damage to whatever walks into this open ground. And more.
I feel like there was. Yeah, I feel like there was a window. I feel like everything came together just a little too late.
Yep.
If these onagers had been built on the front lines instead, all this could have maybe happened a few turns ago.
Yeah, I like your formulation that Fluffy was in theoretical problem, which is the best kind of problems to have, right? That's a problem that could happen but don't. So it feels Yeah, the timing window is closing. Yeah, another ballista
Yeah,
rushed right on the front line, and yeah,
yeah.
Fluffy is not missing a beat here.
This
He's
this
not
sort of feels
producing
like
in the back line. He's producing everything on the front, right where it's needed. So yeah.
this kind of feels like Carthage's elephant showing up just at the right time at the end of last session. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like these ballistas are coming online
Yes.
just when they're needed, and it's so that's why time is such a important resource in this game. I mean, Sabertooth has got an onager still back in the duelist as capital, just sitting there. Because it was built so far away from the front line, you know, and he was killing, he was dying for
Mm-hmm.
economy, right? And so that could have been built. It could have been built in Zula.
Yeah, and the economy in Carthage is going splendidly. He's spending most of his bank of resource, although getting some stone. I don't know if that's a plan to conclude the game with a cheeky pyramid start, but yeah, that's the difference is yeah striking. We still have some units produced in the back, indeed. Yeah, that onager, a chariot, the first mounted unit, which
Yeah,
yeah, but it's super far from the front line and the facing ballistas and the onagers. That's it will
yeah.
be
I
needed
think
mounted units.
I, I think Saber's rationale for all those councils in Zula was probably the gold mine, because it was you know, the council was producing 40 or 50 gold a turn, um, which, you know, was so I think he was actually doing it for the money, not the civics and training. Um, but you know, I don't know. That city could, I don't know. I,
Yeah,
that's the city you want to rush your military units in, like, in my opinion,
yeah,
because he had
indeed.
plenty of civics.
Yes, indeed, and it's not really a powerhouse for civics and
Yeah,
for council
yeah,
essentially. So
yeah.
I suppose he just forgot that this was a better way to produce some of those units he wanted, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
guess. I mean, he's also building a council again in Masawa, so I don't know.
Well, Masawa cannot
Not
rush, so
Yeah, fair enough. But you know, I don't know, just throw a slinger or something. You're gonna need it there. I mean,
yes.
his issue is he's order limited right now. I mean, I guess you could say, like, well, he's got more units in order. So at some point, what's the point of more units? But
He's
you know,
still ahead of Fluffy in order economy, despite well, Fluffy caught up with the adoption of monotheism and his pagan religion, so quite a few swaps
yeah,
there. But
yep. Well, you know, Axum always does pretty well in the legitimacy game.
mhm.
And is doing pretty well this game as well. All right, we'll see. It should be a big turn here. 82 orders.
Yep,
Looks like
we are seeing
Saber's
the.
thinking about where to go. You know, I'm telling him, go south. Go south. Let's move those units south. I mean, it's tough wherever he goes. I don't necessarily. I would still rather be in Fluffy's position
Oh yeah.
rather than Saber. But like, I don't see a frontal assault of Hippo going. Oh, okay, all right. He's taking the bait, going for those workers. I don't
Yes.
I don't really like this, especially with those ballistas sitting there.
Mhm.
I mean, if he leaves that, I mean, the one thing I guess to say, if you just okay, all right, disarming the worker. Okay, I really don't like this. What is? Oh man, with the ballista like 3 tiles away. Uh,
Yeah.
I guess maybe he's very worried about all those trees disappearing, but he could just go for the Southern City instead. Um,
Yeah, and I'm not even sure Fluffy is going to move in. The
yeah, I'm interested to
workers
see
were
how he
pretty much a write-off already, so
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I would love to see him just upgrade at least one axeman, just even to, you know, scare Fluffy a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure axes would be enough to scare Fluffy at the moment, even with those spears, because
Yeah,
the ballistas just counter the entire army of his opponent at the moment. There's one chariot in Axum. In Yeha, it's not even on the front line, so ballistas can
yeah,
destroy everything here. So
yeah. It looks like Fluffy's taking the turn here, where he's now nom-nomming all of the early game military techs. You know, he got hydraulics quickly. He finally got military attrition. He's now doing composite bow. Presumably, he'll do steel probably next turn, I would guess. Well, steel or stirrup. Well, he passed on stirrups this turn. He'll get steel. That'll probably take him 2 more turns. So, okay, all right. A slinger attack of Hippo. Okay. Well, I guess he's going for both cities. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. Okay. What do we think? What do we think of this?
I think it's a misplay. I think if you're going to strike in one place.
Yes,
He's
I
diluting
agree.
his other advantage. He has a lot of not so strong units. So you should, whatever you do, pick your target and go all in
Yeah,
with everything. Especially
yeah,
against a human, you can't really afford to go. You will find yourself regretting doing anything in an half-assed manner, essentially.
yeah. It seems like it's a
I'm saying that
problem.
for experience. I've thought many times I have such an advantage. I can use only 2/3 of my army to do this, or split a group and find myself regretting it. So yeah,
Yeah, seems like you don't want to let Fluffy easily use both, all of his troops. Like you want him to force him to actually move some of his troops. You
hmm
know, just make him make the choice of like, okay, do I leave these units here in Hippo while he's attacking the southern city? I mean, I can see Fluffy even accepting losing Thevest and just saying, you know what, I'm not going to burn a bunch of units defending the city that's probably not producing that much for me. I mean, he can easily win this game without Thevest, right? He's already
yes,
got a 7 point lead. Heck, if he just built, say, the pyramids, that would make up for the 2 points he would lose for Thevest, right? Which would be kind of a, just a no-brainer thing to throw down right now.
hmm
Um,
but I don't think he's
you
even
know,
going to lose Sebest. Really, there's one
yeah, I don't
slinger
think he's going
advanced.
to,
It's
but
really
but
poking, not much
yeah,
more. So
I mean, you might as well let him fight for it. But my point is, it's not particularly important to Fluffy to hold Thevest. He doesn't even have a road to it. It's not. It's probably. I'm sure it's losing money for him, right? It's losing $50 a turn. It's producing a whopping 3 science, right?
yes, yes. Indeed,
So
it's here for the victory point and the production in the center,
yeah,
I
yeah.
assume.
It's 2 victory points. It's 13 turns away from a 3rd victory point.
hmm
But like think of all the orders he's gonna have to spend defending it. You know, make Saber fight for it, but don't take any risks defending it. Right? Make
Yeah, but
sure
I mean,
leave your guys in Hippo.
it's not looking bad at the moment. His ballista
Yeah, I
can
mean,
one-shot the slinger, so that's 2 orders: one
well,
to
yeah,
move it, one to attack.
yeah. I mean, I don't know
There's
what
still
the
the
slinger.
onagers, a few units,
I'm not
the
sure what the
13
slinger
elephant
play
in the
was.
back.
Maybe he didn't have the vision on the vest. Well, there goes the
My
slinger.
read is that he wanted to deny rushing in the city.
Oh
And
yeah, okay,
Fluffy misclicked. So the city is
yeah,
hurt, it cannot rush a unit next turn, but the ballista is already out, so
yeah.
yeah,
And
bit too late.
sadly, Sabertooth doesn't have mounted units around to actually do anything about it. About that ballista now that's out in the open. Um,
Yeah, there's one chariot on its way, but that's not enough. There's many units on the board already, so
yeah. I mean, he is causing Fluffy to move units a little bit, but really not. I really don't like going against Hippo. I really would like to see all those units go south.
yeah, I guess it's hard to make a decision, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's at any rate, this is not working, and we can see Fluffy knotting down the range of the opponent onager, but there's really only one in
right. Yeah, I
Masawa
mean,
that's close to the front line. All the others in production are traveling still. There's one rush
yeah, I
in
would,
Kohito, but yeah.
yeah, I would like to see that Onager and Masawa on one of those hills that are behind the slingers. The spearmen in the south. I mean, those Onagers need to be moving towards the vest. Like that's what I'd like to see.
Yes.
Because I don't think Fluffy's going to make a push. I mean, I think if Fluffy makes a push with some of his units to try to kill the Onagers, I think that would be a bad move on Fluffy's part, because
Yeah.
like now he's fighting essentially in Sabertooth's territory. So take advantage of the fact that you have this wall of units and start moving your Onagers down. Put the best in play. I mean, Hippo is just getting farther and farther out of reach, right? I see 6
Yeah.
elephants surrounding it. So, like this is going to be a tough road for Sabertooth one way or another. But at least try to attack the city that you could potentially take.
Yeah. And I see. Yeah, Fluffy is spending barely any orders, so I'm not sure what he's thinking about at the moment.
Look
I'm
around.
just
Where is
checking
you
on
have a lack of
Discord.
air?
No, the players don't seem to be discussing at the moment. All right, so he's finishing the clear cutting operation he started earlier, retreating his walker. He didn't even lose both. And yeah, the 2 ballistas. Well, all the ballistas. There's 2 at Hippo Regis, another one in production, another one in the west. He has the economy to keep pushing for more, so yeah,
Well,
and he has
rush.
walls.
You could rush with orders as well. I mean, that's pretty. If you built a ballista in his back line, it would cost probably 21 orders to move to the front anyway. So you can just rush it for the 21 orders.
Yeah, and he went long consolidation instead of stirrup, so I think he's going for manor.
I mean, it hardly even matters. All
really
these techs
sure
he's picking up in 1 or 2 turns. So he'll just get stirrups next turn. I don't think he's sweating his tech order right now.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed, but I wonder where he's going. At the moment, he has a scholar, so he has a lot of agency to decide where he's going. A robust intelligence scholar, no less. So,
yeah. I mean, he just needs to make things very, very difficult for Sabertooth. That's all he needs to do. Yeah, he's even building a moat at the Veth. I think that's great. I mean, that's the right move.
yeah.
Like again, like holding the Veth is optional. So just even if he loses it and it takes Sabertooth 15 turns to take the Veth, great. Fluffy's already won the game by then.
Yeah, and it's very solid civics production as well as a friendly statesman city. So it's produced in 5 years, which is very decent for a small city on the front line, beating a moat naturally. So yeah, I was surprised at the only 5 years for production, but of course it's happy statesman.
Yeah, I mean, he probably has the science overflow for every one of his techs now, which would maybe sort of slowly.
Yeah, he's managing his overflow.
I mean, steel is 200 science, and he's producing 330 science, right? So.
He's spending 0 orders on walkers at the moment, so I'm pretty sure he rushed that ballista in with orders, maybe both, because there's one coming out of Carthago Nova as well. So yeah, he's playing the standoff. His order economy can be used to catch up in unit production. He's been similar to Axum for quite a few years now, I believe. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Fluffy. It seems like what Fluffy did was just keep producing my elephants, and then I'm going to try to cheat on military as long as I can until I start to see an actual force forming from Axum. And then once the force formed, he knew he would have at least enough time to rush out some high level units. Yeah, that's why Axum's window was very narrow.
Yes.
Okay, he's at least building a road south. I like that. That shows me he at least knows where he should attack.
Yeah, I'm not as close to Hipporegius as well, which is better to not give orders to your opponent, essentially, as you were mentioning in the last stream. I like that a little bit better. I'm not sure I like hydraulics, though. Sure, ballistas are very strong, but he really needs. Well, he's facing some infantry, sure, with the spears and the peltasts, but is mostly facing siege and mounted units, which is a very potent combination, of course. And with all his warriors, I would have liked to see him go for maybe pikes. I think pikes could have been strong in this context, but yeah, it's too little, too late. He's barely on 100 science production. Hydraulics is taking him 4 years. We see the contrast now with with Fluffy, who has more than twice the research invested and is producing 3 times as
Yeah.
much. So
Is it the special? We should probably take some moment to dive into the actual where the giant gap in science is coming from. I assume it's specialist difference. Yeah, Fluffy has twice as many, 64 specialists to 30 for Axum. I forget, are there libraries up
uh,
on Fluffy's side, or
he has a
just
few. He definitely has a scholarship. He's still producing elder doctors and using guilds to produce elder specialists directly. So each one of them is +4 research. So all his backline are still pushing for late game goodies, elder specialists, some council to get the civics to rush, and the city toward the front are all producing military units. But Axum is moving in. We saw an attack from Shotalai against the Ballista. A second one is, I don't know, going to finish the kill, maybe going for the elephant. He moved the warrior in as well.
right?
So, combat. We were getting ready to be bored, and apparently we are not going to.
Well, he definitely needs to figure out a way to kill that ballista. The fact that it's out in the open, it'll be a stretch, but Savest is a little vulnerable, and
Oh, yeah.
or disarm it at least. There we go.
Yeah, I think Cyan has it. Probably
Okay.
he wasn't aware that he couldn't flank
Yeah.
a city. His commander is positioned to flank the city or the elephant, but that seems like quite a stretch from where he's standing to send a unit backward. So he's going to
Yeah.
get massacred by force-marched ballistas, I assume. Or maybe, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to die, but this is going to die, I can say that. So,
Some of those units are obviously going to die. I would think he'll. I don't know how much training / orders Fluffy will be able to spend, but it's probably just going to clean up those spears. But it'll be interesting. I mean, whoever he moves in, whoever Fluffy moves into that territory to clean up some of these units, they are going to be very vulnerable to units from the north, because those roads are there, and there's obviously Sabertooth has units to throw into the fire, right? I mean, he's got more units that he can even move. But I just wish this is why I'd like to see those onagers in place right now, so they could actually participate in this combat down here. Whoa, okay. He's just trying to
and
clog
he's
things up.
splitting to, I assume,
I,
prevent
this is
rushing, but
yes,
yeah.
prevent rushing. I assume that's what's going on there. All right. I mean, I would maybe like to see him. Huh. I maybe would like to see him use disarm more to take units off the board next turn as opposed to kill them.
Yep.
I mean, it's always great to kill them, but you can kind of do some really interesting stuff as Axum just by kind of like disabling your opponent's troops. But we'll see. It's hard not to avoid. It's hard not to do
This
the
looks so painful. Yes.
one short. I guess probably has a slinger that'll finish him off, but it's still a lot of work just for that. Oh, he's using it work. I hope he's so many units. I don't want to see him spend any orders on workers this turn.
Yeah, and it's too little too late. Fluffy will have 4 ballistas at Hipporetus next turn, so he can definitely, and he's producing something like 3 a turn. He will have 2 new ones next turn, definitely on the front line. So this is not going to be pretty. I can say that.
Is
Yeah.
that? Have I lost track? Is that Spearman disarmed? Have I lost track of how to figure that out?
Yeah, I think it is. It was attacked by the Shotelai, then he attacked with 2 archers,
Oh,
but that's
disarmed.
still not enough to kill it because it's standing on a forest. So,
and do we not
yeah.
see the disarmed sign because of the fortify icon, or
I do not know.
show
We
disarmed?
see the disarmed icon when picking the unit, the broken sword, but I don't know. I don't think there's one for above the unit. I'm not entirely sure. Our viewers might know better than me,
Okay.
actually. No, there's
probably
not an
need to,
icon.
'cause I guess
yeah, I think we just had feedback about
should-
that.
we should add that for sure. Please make a note to bring that up on Tuesday.
Sure. Tuesday is design meeting day for our viewers, so we'll bring that up. the suggestion
Yeah.
was made on Discord as well.
Yeah.
To have a bit
Kind of very important for Actham to even just to remember which units they've
Mhm.
disarmed, so you can know which ones you could ignore. I love the idea of like a unit being on the board and taking up space, kind of clogging the map that can't do anything.
Oh,
Very very interesting, different thing.
we have an interesting first-time chatter. So welcome, Alex, to the stream, and the icon
Already
has
have the
already
icon.
been
All
added.
right,
Awesome.
we're
Happy
a
New
step ahead
Year,
of things.
Alex. All right.
He chose the right city to attack. He's got a lot of units there. It'll be interesting to see what Fluffy does here. How much damage? Okay, great. The onager is in place. It's not very well defended, though. Couple onagers in place. Okay. I would sure like to see some spears. I sure wish that warrior was a spear instead of a warrior. Okay. He's got two. Oof. He's got 2 orders left and a lot of onagers kind of hanging out. This is where I wanted the onagers, but they kind of need to travel with the army. So we'll see. This is gonna. I would not be surprised at all to see Fluffy use his bank time this turn, because there are a lot of options here.
Oh, I'm not sure if I will be able to keep an eye on that, but yeah, that will be interesting to see, for sure. Yeah, he will show his computation. I'm sure he will take a think and then move in. But he has some training banked for forced marches, which will be crucial with his ballistas in particular. They are slow units and there's not much road around. But a few of them can almost reach. So yeah. We might see that in play, or at least that's what I expect. Sabertooth is spending some of his training to buy some additional orders at the moment, but yeah, we'll see that. Oh, I feel see making suggestions in the chat. I see. The gang's all here. Oh yeah, indeed. I believe it's not that common that we have so many Mohawkers on the same stream, but we are looking at our champion. So
I really don't like the wall build in Masawa. If you need walls, if Sabertooth ever needs walls in that city, the game is already over.
yeah,
that's
indeed.
What I would say.
Oh, Fluffy
is lost.
Yes, indeed. The walls is too late, and that's not where things are happening at the moment. Walkers is roading for Fluffy, so we are seeing that.
Yep, it's good to see that trader worker building that road. That road was needed quite a while ago, but at least it's on its way now. Fluffy was definitely giving up some opportunity here by making these cities so far from his back lines. Again, this is why taking Thevest is possible for Sabertooth. We'll be interested to see if Fluffy is considering what I was talking about, which is just basically shrugging his shoulders at Thevest. I'm pretty sure he can hold it if he wants to, but maybe.
Yeah, I think there are some high-level kills that I value kill that he could get with. We'll see what he opts to do. I won't pretend to guess. We had a tsunami on the coast, so Fluffy is back to only plus 300 research per turn. Interesting.
Yeah, this is what I like to see. It's not so much about saving Thevest, but trying to get some high leverage kills here. Trying to if you can kill these 2 Shotai, or I guess one of them is a bit. That's definitely worth it.
Yes, indeed, I agree. Scientific Fluffy probably won't care, but just for us viewers, he's probably going to do something. So we see indeed ballistas moving in, pushing some of the units.
Wow, Fluffy's building going for free horsemen. I doubt that's for a redraw, since
I doubt it, but
plenty of others.
Yeah.
I guess it's just kind of like I've got so much science. I'm gonna be able to keep the lead no matter what. So
yeah,
and it would be useful to have a horseman.
With the higher research rate and an advance in terms of technology, converting some of his research into units and power right now is is decent. It makes sense. The horsemen would be useful as well because, I mean, his elephants are powerful routing melee units, but they still they are still subjected to zone of control. So and a horseman wouldn't. So that might be what is. It's still a valuable unit, is what I'm getting at. It's hardly going to change the game, but the game feels like it's gearing towards its conclusion. So at least the bonus card is paying out right now, as opposed to later. So we'll see what it does.
Yeah. Fluffy still has so many orders. I mean, he kind of has a choice of whether to kind of go all in, try to clear as many of these units as possible. It's probably the right call.
He's used
I mean, this is a
only
question of how
one
much
of his
damage.
ballistas yet. I'm a bit surprised that he didn't line them up
I mean,
too
those
much.
ballistas.
Yeah, he
those
wants to be
ballistas are a
standing on
long way
forest, I
away.
assume. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, like he can lose the vest, so maybe don't risk those ballistas. Just wait for like a good opportunity to use them against something because he'll have plenty of opportunity to use those ballistas, right?
Sure, but he has quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 still on the board, despite losing one last turn, and they're pretty much all on the front line, I believe. So he has a siege superiority.
Let's see. So Fluffy's units are in pretty solid. Like those onagers will do some decent damage next turn. To Fluffy's units that are out in the open. So Fluffy's units are vulnerable-ish. I mean,
Yeah, he avoided the urban tile. Some of his units are standing on forest, not all of them. Some elephants are exposed.
there might be an opportunity for a short route in this turn for that chariot. But okay, looks like Fluffy's not letting off the gas. He's plowing ahead with the defense of the vest, which I think will probably work out just fine for him ultimately. It's maybe not the safest path, but the vest is going to be there for a while, and it's also a long distance for Sabertooth to move.
Yeah, and I suppose we're going to see next turn, but Sabertooth killed 2 units moving in, and Fluffy's already killed 6 this turn.
Yeah.
So, of course, the next attack will be the more important one, with the onagers moved forward and Fluffy more exposed. But
next turn is crucial for Chef Sabertooth. Just how many units can he possibly kill? He can hit each of those elephants with an onager, potentially the same one with 2 hits, and he can probably route that elephant into the ballista. So can he get the ballista down enough where he can continue the route from there? Maybe. Certainly you really want to take those ballistas off the board if you can. But if he's not able to knock down an equal number of units next turn to what Fluffy took this turn, then I mean that's kind of it. Like this is just going to be a meat grinder, and Fluffy's superior attack is going to eventually swamp him.
And Fluffy is moving some onagers from Thene in the north toward the high porrages as well. He's fixing his road network quite efficiently with trader workers, with the road coming down from the seaside, and another one crossing the forest from Cartago Nova to Thevest. So he will be well positioned to keep hammering at his opponent in the coming turns.
Yeah, I don't like that Fluffy kind of let these problems linger and kind of is having to solve them while he's fighting. But ultimately this attack was probably 3 or 4 turns too late.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, the ballista timing in particular was like right in time. I believe he's moving this warrior just to make it harder to retreat the commander Shotelai, which is the highest value unit, which will have he can get it out if he invests enough, but that will mean he will have to invest to move out of cover and against Fluffy's units, getting target of this in range of the onager. The commander, the highest value target is generaled with a tactician, so he would get counter damage. That's still a very strong shuttle eye, though. At the moment, it would only take 3 damage from the elephant, so pretty solid unit.
Yeah, no, I mean it could. I saw while flanking, it would do 28 damage to that warrior. But
wow.
Yeah, that's so I guess if it flanks, that it does 13 damage to the elephant if it can flank it, although it can't obviously actually get there. But
we'll see. There are the horsemen coming up. All right, the spears are still well positioned on Fluffy's side and would prevent the chariot moving to his backline. So
yeah, I mean ultimately, like Sabertooth really needs axes right now, and if not Mason, yeah, I mean, yeah, his tech speed is just not enough at this point in the game, you know. Yeah, 100 science a turn on your 88 is just not enough.
Yeah, indeed.
Twenty seconds left, and Fluffy still has 8 orders left. Plenty of options too, frankly.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just creep up his other units, you know. Like again, he doesn't need to do anything radical. He just wants to make sure he has enough warrior.
Get some units a bit closer. Yeah.
Can't he upgrade that warrior to something?
A spear, I guess, but yeah.
I guess if you look at his economy, I mean, his economy is doing fine, but he's actually everything's kind of tight. So like he's almost out of resources.
So both players are in
all right,
full
big
combat
turn
mode.
for Sabertooth. I don't particularly like the way things transpired. I guess you might as well start with your onagers. Probably use your 2 onagers to hit that elephant next to the ballista, I suppose. I mean, obviously, don't worry about the city. All you can do at this point is just try to kill as many units as possible.
Yeah, he doesn't have so many great targets, right? They're not standing on urban tiles, and they're not that packed up. But yeah, you want to use your ballistas first because you might
trying to clear that warrior.
Yeah.
She's done. So now the Shotai are clear. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to he can use the other onager on the elephant, get down to 8. And he would need to do 3 more damage to the elephant to be able to start a route chain. Which would get and then you would need to do sort of get rid of half the health of the ballista somehow. Maybe with the dement. That's not bad, though. It's up in Masawa. It could knock that ballista down to maybe 11 hit points, so easily kind of clear that up with a ranged unit. So he should be able to route the turreted elephant and the ballista this turn. Okay, doing it with a spearman. I mean that seems fine.
Looks appropriate.
Oh, okay. I guess he's planning to route all the way through there. I'm not sure. Hopefully he's done the math here. He's going to start the route from that side. Okay.
5 more damage to be found.
He needs to do 5 more damage. I assume he's got some archers around they could use for that. Yep, here we go. Almost wins 1 more point. Probably this is one of these things that if this was a play-by-cloud game, you could have executed this better.
Yeah, I think he's probably time stressed a little bit. So
yeah,
these are long time also.
Yeah, he's got plenty of ranged units. Okay, I mean it's funny when it gets down to 2 hit points, it's almost like the route's not really a route. But okay, so now what's his plan for this ballista? He's got so probably the dement, is that still on the map? Yeah, so that could get the ballista down to 11. So then he would need to do 3 more. He's got an archer. Well, that's only going to hit for 1. I mean, unfortunately,
not
only has
much
1
of a route. That's still just a chariot at the moment, so it's a bit late for that.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, he's got to figure out a way to get there. He's gonna have to. Oof. Okay. All right. He's spending the
march.
show tie. So now he can route. Oh, he could have routed. He didn't need to make that attack. I think. I don't think he needed to make that attack. That was a tactical error, unless I'm reading this wrong. But you know, at least he'll be able to finish this route. And of course, routing from east to west is better. His chariot's gonna be hanging out a little bit less. But he needs to get 3 more damage on that elephant, which he does with an archer moving right next door. I mean, you know, he's got so many units. It's fine, just kind of throw them all in here. I mean, obviously he is definitely vulnerable to a counter route right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure Fluffy is planning that out right now with the ballistas, who can weaken everything pretty significantly.
Yep. I think between the onagers and the ballistas, we are going to see a hedgehog with a few lined up units getting hit by ballistas, and then a devastating route across it.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's a zealot on that chariot, but that onager is going to do 8 damage to that chariot.
Yeah, but everything is packed in and lined up, so yeah.
I mean, these are.
You have to try something, right?
Yeah, you got. I mean, you got to move forward. There probably were better attack plans, but with the timer, you just got to do the best you can. At least he was able to execute the route. He still got 30 some. Okay, now he's kind of just trying to clog things up, which, I guess. I mean, he's got all these units.
Yeah, but there's a ballista in this city, so the warrior is literally one other kill. So.
Yeah, he still has his awesome show tie, although I'm not really sure what he's going to do with it, because I don't see an obvious flank. He could kill the spearman with it, which might be worth it.
I'm not sure what he'll do. He might be tempted to go back and heal, because that's his leader on there. That would be a mistake, I imagine. I'm not sure, really.
Yeah, I would move it to that Shrine of Tanit and kill the spear, because then you're also, stay on an urban tile, because that is a very powerful unit. But
yeah, but I'm not sure the urban tile is helping with ballistas and onagers around, so he's probably trying to avoid it, like Fluffy was last turn.
Well, the issue is more that you need to use that show tie to kill something effectively. And right now, it's like you don't want to just. I don't think you can kill the elephant or that spear. Ooh, there's an axe. All right.
Yeah, I was going to mention it. I was going to say, oh.
Wait, did he just use that? Did he just use that axe to attack the city?
I think
why?
It did. Yes.
He should have moved the axe to the shrine and hit the spear. I mean, he might take that city. He might not. But at this point, there's no point attacking the city. It's already a half damage. You want to kill the units. That was a mistake. Especially they finally had an axe, something that actually do damage to those spears.
Yeah. All right. This is going to be a spectacular turn. We'll see.
How many kills did he get? Are you?
I think 5. From what I see.
I'll switch over.
2 turreted elephant, a ballista, an elite peltast, and a warrior. So 2 turreted elephant and a ballista are definitely valuable kills. But I think this will be a carnage next turn. I can't see it otherwise. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see what happens, of course. He still has decent protection and the backline, and there will be a counter-strike at one point. But the game is getting bloody for sure.
I want to say some weird stuff when I switch over to Carthage. I'm showing turreted elephant captured by Axomite chariot.
Is
it showing captured?
That's a bug that was reported and already fixed by Alex, I believe, on the test branch. That unit killed by routes are reported as captured.
So it looks like there's been five kills, which that's too low. He needed more turn. He needed more kills this turn. He probably could have got them. What did he eventually do with the? What did he even attack with his the city? Oh yeah. He could have one-shot the spearman that's at 13 health.
Yes. but he didn't.
I mean, this is the wrong move. I mean,
even the
even if you take
huge
the
damage.
city, like, good luck holding it right now. You know, like, you got to win the war.
Yeah, I believe he's playing for us. Wants to show solid action. And Fluffy is building a road towards the west, so he's not abandoning the city.
Oh yeah.
With
Yep.
a pair of
Pair of
walkers.
man, he's gonna connect all the way. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'd say that, I mean, Fluffy's played a very good game just in general, but everything for Fluffy seems to be happening just at the right time. You know, his elephant showed up at the right time 30 turns ago, whenever that was. You know, his ballistas came along at the right time. He's been able to attach his road network just at the right time. I mean, now Thevest is no longer this remote thing. You know, I said earlier about, like, oh yeah, you know, he just cleared that show tie with the ballista thanks to that road. I don't know if it even had to march. So, you know, everything's
playing
coming.
sloppy at the moment with his onagers finishing the zealot with splash damage.
Yes, great tactical play. Great tactical play by Fluffy here, getting around the zealot issue with splash damage from the onager, as you mentioned. I mean, that is great to see. The onager now is creating potentially more routes for the elephant. He's got a lot of options here. I mean, Fluffy's been, you know, taking notes here between turns. He knew exactly what he wanted to do when the turn flipped over. You know.
Yeah, I'm waiting for some more ballistas to move in. This will be beautiful. Yeah, he's just making way with this warrior.
Yep, one more route, another show tie down. Yep. This is why, you know, he should have been killing units last turn, because that ratio was just not good enough. Okay, he needs five more damage to route another show tie. What has he got around that can pull that off? Might be difficult. Oh, he moved in a. He was. I was wondering if Ballista could get through. I was trying to. I didn't know if it was blocked by his other control. Oh boy.
All right, we're up to 10 kills, 3 routes, and 7 more.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I also would not be surprised to see potentially a surrender here. And he just lost, you know, most of his best units. He's going to be able to route through the 5 units have been routed, now 6. He should easily be able to route that other archer there. Just needs to get one more damage somehow, probably.
He's probably trying to do that with a spear or ballista from the north, maybe. All right, the warrior close to Hyperachus was killed.
Right. Might be difficult, but if he has the training, he can rush in. Okay, did it with the spear. I was telling you maybe you'd rush in the ballista, but it's even better if you don't have to risk your ballista like that. I mean, he could use his ballista to hit that show tie on the east. So if he's able to continue his route all the way through to that show tie, I mean, then now it is game over now.
Yeah. This is
he just needs to
beautiful or painful to watch. And yes, Axum is now noted as weaker from a Carthage perspective. So
yeah,
quite a decisive turn indeed.
I'm pretty sure if that ballista shoots west through the show tie into the spear, that'll be enough for another route. But he has a lot of different. Oh, he's okay. All right, he's gonna start some rounding with the chariot. That's not sure well. Okay, well this elephant is trying to set a world's record. Or I don't know if we have stats on longest route.
Oh, he's flashy at the moment. He used the pierce tooth through the warrior to hit the archer.
Through the warrior, 3 tile away pierce. You don't see that necessarily very often, but that is an option with the pierce 3.
All right, let me zoom in. Scientific. I'm not fully zoomed in, but we are keeping track of the route chain still. It is a beautiful one.
Okay, he's going to finish up. I guess he's going to end on the spear. So, yep. He's going to route through the show tie and will almost be able to kill the spear.
He has 2 orders left, so that's probably not enough to quite kill the spear, unless he wants to spend his training on top. But that
I
is
mean,
quite a
I feel like
decisive turn anyway.
yeah, I feel like he might do it just to put a little flair, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, obviously that spear is going to be in trouble next turn. I mean, the one thing that's interesting is those onagers are just sitting there. But you know, once you kill the army, onagers are no threat because he will have to retreat all of those. All right, he panicked the spear. Does he have a plan for that last kill? I'm looking around. I don't see. I mean, he'll have to march something.
Yeah, he has on both
I mean,
orders.
he can march
So.
a warrior or something to finish it off if he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd say you might as well at this point, because you're gonna want those units in the front anyway. But
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure he'll do it because if he wanted to kill it, he could have moved with the warrior without a march before. If he attacked with the warrior
now,
before pushing it with the elephant, but yeah.
now Carthage is officially stronger, with that all those losses. Just very, very well executed tactical play by Fluffy here. It'd be hard to rewind to see if some better moves could have made a difference, but certainly, probably Saber could have killed a couple more units. And that's it. I guess that Spearman lives to fight another day.
Yes, yes. Oh my god, that's tough. That's 16
Yeah.
units lost in a turn for Saber. So
Yeah, I
yep.
mean, this is why you don't attack cities, until you keep them from rushing, but then beyond that, you want to focus on kills.
Yeah, in fairness,
Um,
I assume Sabertooth was a little bit desperate at this point because to really work, the attack should have happened maybe 10 turns earlier, something like that.
yeah,
So it was probably hard to find what to do in this situation, and he tried. Maybe not the best tactical play, but he was in a very tough
yeah.
situation anyway.
It was a tough spot. I like that he attacked. He attacked the right city. It's if he the issue is if he could have instead rushed those onagers in a different place, maybe he could have attacked 3 turns earlier. I mean, he had to, of course, obviously, he still needed to get all the rest of the units to the front, so that wasn't necessarily easy.
Yeah, tough turn indeed.
And that's it.
All right.
I mean, I think that's the right call on Saber. It was nice to see Saber make a push. He definitely made some smart moves getting ready, and he had a tactical advantage there for a while. But Fluffy got everything in place just when he needed it. Got those ballistas, got those roads. He was not hesitate to rush. Got the walls up. It was not going to be an easy path for Saber to come back. So
yes, indeed. All right, we are seeing. I think players have surrendered. I'm not sure.
yes,
Yep.
They've. That's why you see all the AI movement. So, yeah, good game by both players, and congratulations to Fluffy.
Yep, indeed, very well played. I like the play from Sabertooth initially, but if I think going for the center early would have needed an earlier punch as well to take Fluffy earlier, and yeah, it was very interesting to see a player very reputed for rushes and early aggression, opt for the long game and make it work. So we'll see if I can catch the players for a bit of a post-game discussion.
Yep, that would be nice. See if we can get a hold of them. I'm going to step away for just a minute.
Sure. Alright, so sorry, Cyan and Alcaraz who are in the chat. I'm calling everyone at the same time. Hi Saber, hi Fluffy, welcome. What a game! You guys hear me?
Yes, I can now. Sorry, I couldn't. Just had to sort out my audio settings.
All right, Saber, no problem. We'll give you a minute to sort out the setup. What a game, Fluffy. All right. But my first question is: was it a plan from the start, playing on an ultra-wide map, to go for the longer-term play and use Carthage just to protect yourself in the early game? Because scholarship jurisprudence loved it. Uh, did you have that in mind from the start, or did it come as the game developed?
I definitely had a longer game in mind from the start. Yeah, for sure. You can't rush on an ultra wide, tiny coastal raid basin. So yeah, just playing the longer game. I didn't really think about scholarship and jurisprudence, but when it was there, it seemed too tempting to not do it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, looks like looking at the science rate, it didn't matter too much in the end. Still miles ahead anyway, but yeah,
Yeah,
satisfying.
well, it pushed you further ahead at that time, and was quite an impressive push toward the end. But yeah, it was interesting to see you. So, well, I will let you catch up on the videos and look at what happened. But the expansion patterns on both your sides were very different. Sabertooth expanded very much toward the center from the start of the game, whereas you were a lot more methodical in getting all your backline cities, and in the end you reached the center at about the same time. But Saber had a lot more issues, had to backtrack to deal with tribes and rebels in the back. And so in the end, your army, which was way smaller for a time, there was quite an opportunity for Sabertooth to attack, but his units were in the back, essentially clearing up the last tribal sites and dealing with rebels. Uh, so it seems that was the right approach, to be a bit more systematic in your extension in the early game.
Think so, yeah. I think looking at the other tournament games, it's definitely been an issue not clearing out your back line, and several people have had problems with that, so that was definitely a good thought. I mean, obviously, Carthage has a huge benefit in expansion, so Sabre did a great job in keeping up with expansion.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, obviously, something had to give there, and that was having to rush for the middle rather than clearing the back line.
Yeah, there's also an interesting question here of how much these middle cities actually matter, right? I mean, it you know at the end of the game, this at the end of the day, this came down to one big one big battle in the middle. But if that middle had been a little bit to the east, it probably wouldn't have made any difference either way, right? Like these middle cities don't actually necessarily produce something. Um, so it's kind of I think it's maybe better to make sure the rest of your nation is in good shape when you do meet up in the middle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess, obviously I was heading towards a points victory, so the more cities, the better for that. But yeah, in terms tactically, it didn't really matter. Those cities didn't do very much. Yeah, I really enjoyed the jurisprudence into calligraphy, getting all the cities to developing really quickly, and being able to rush out with orthodoxy from the front lines was fantastic.
Yep.
So helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, we certainly noticed that you were able to do that rushing. There were some units built in the back lines, and with ultra wide, it's just so many orders. We kind of calculated how many orders you would need to move a ballista from your back line to your front line is probably close to the amount you spent rushing it. So might as well go for that.
Yeah,
Um,
a bit painful. I think my roading game could have been a lot better. I
yes,
neglected to build roads for a long time.
good thing you had traders. There were many
Yes.
comments about your roads and how we felt like there was a small opportunity. Like our general take on this game, I think, was that if Sabertooth had somehow been able to get his troops in place maybe 4 or 5 turns earlier, get those onagers out faster, and he had machinery for quite a while. That maybe this battle in the middle would have maybe turned out differently. But your ballistas showed up at just the right time. Your roads showed up at just the right time.
The
And
elephant showed up at just the right time. There was quite a
yeah,
few tight timings in the game, but yeah, it all worked beautifully.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very much a just-in-time game, this one. Certainly that
Yeah.
first crash with the elephants showing up to repel the initial push.
We kept wondering, there seemed like there was just a 10, 15 turn period where Sabertooth was building up and you were really not building military. We felt like you were maybe putting yourself at risk that way. What were your thoughts?
So my approach was, if Saber gets a military advantage, manages to grab a couple of these middle cities, it's fine. Doesn't really matter. As you were saying,
Yep.
the middle cities not that important. I'd rather get my economy in a good shape and be able to counter back strongly a bit later.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, we discussed that, like whether you would, if you were losing, whether you would just give up the vest, which I thought would have been totally fine. You know, just letting Sabertooth take 5 or 10 turns to take the city and lose a bunch of units, and you'd be fundamentally in the same position either way, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it would have been tactically a little bit awkward to have to retreat. I probably would have lost some more units. So yeah, you definitely don't want to have to fall back. But
Yeah.
yeah, if it come in a lot stronger and turned over that city, those Shotalai were doing vast amounts of damage to that city.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
But
we also discussed that. We kind of felt like, generally speaking, those Shudlai should have been used to kill your units, not the city. I mean, because he's still, at the end of the day, because of the wall, he still had a long way to go on that. But they were pretty scary units. They could have one-shotted a number of your units. So, you know, mhm. I think the I think the target was correct. It was the positioning that was the issue. He should have attacked from the western side of the city so that it would have been much harder for Fluffy to counterattack. Instead he kind of ended up attacking just outside Hippo, which didn't necessarily make it easy, but it made it a lot easier for Fluffy to knock down those units.
I also meant to enlist a unit. I don't know if it would have mattered, but I just
Oh
forgot to
yeah.
click enlist. So
Yep. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
well,
Glad you're here.
hey, Saber.
no, I mean my mic wasn't working at first, but I was just I'm here.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks for the game. That was awesome. Very
Yeah,
enjoyable.
thank you. That was fun. I knew that attack was definitely a gamble at the end. And I thought I could maybe do something because you had no roads to connect your ballistas, and I thought if I could just go south, I probably had a little bit of an order advantage from the Jebel. Maybe I could just go in because I knew you're going to outscale me. I didn't invest that heavily into science, all things considered. So I basically said, well, it probably has a less than 50% chance of working, but I have a very much worse chance of winning the long game if I try to get jurisprudence 20 turns after you or something, So
Yeah, I think
that was my thought.
strategically that's definitely the right call. You couldn't have won if you'd just not attacked, so you had to go in. So yeah, fair play. I love the tactics of poking down a little bit of damage on each of the cities so they couldn't rush. That was really nice bit of micro there.
Yeah, I wish I was there a little bit earlier. Like they said, like 5 turns earlier would have been good. I meant to actually not leave as many tribal cities, but I did bad scouting. I thought I just had like 1 or 2 barbarians, but there was like 4 cities below me to my south. And that I'd say was probably the biggest mistake because that just delayed me in terms of orders investment going back and then clearing it. Because like it's definitely more efficient to sort of do one continuous arc of expansion than have to go back after taking the medal.
Yeah, indeed. But in fairness, I haven't caught up on all the matches from the tournament, but it wasn't that obvious that that it would come up equal, essentially. It wasn't clear to me that the strategy of Fluffy to clear out everything in his backline first and go methodically toward the center would we were all asking essentially while watching the game, and I remember Cyan and Soren were as well. What would pay out better, going toward the center and securing the center side? But at the end of the day, it didn't materialize in a concrete advantage in the center, and indeed it felt very painful during the second session. I believe especially to have to clear out all those tribes in the back and have your units out of place. You were stronger than Fluffy at that point, and I believe you could have given him if you had everything on hand, right? But it wasn't the case, so a bit unfortunate there. Still, a very fascinating game to watch. So I don't know, Cyan, do you want to ask some questions since you cast the previous sessions, or any other questions maybe?
Cyan's muted. I don't know if that. Oh, there it goes.
I'm just listening to the call because it's easier for me to hear you guys talk on the Discord than the stream. But hello, stream, and good job, Sabertooth. Good job, Fluffy. Both played very interesting games, and yeah, I guess my only comment is for Sabertooth, very well done in terms of keeping up with expansion. It's very easy for Carthage to consume most of the map, and yeah, I think it was interesting that you kept pace. You guys both cleared both sides of the map, even though you did it in different orders in similar time frames. And then yeah, Thor and I thought it was interesting at one point that you were stronger. And who knows, maybe if there was a point in the game where you could leverage that earlier, could have really punished Fluffy. I've been wondering how many cities he could have lost, and then still successfully rebounded with his tech and science advantage that he was kind of relying on. But it would have been interesting to see, but it didn't work out that way. But I think you both played a very well game, and Saber, you held your own. So good job, guys.
Yeah, indeed.
Thank you.
A very interesting
Good game,
game.
Fluffy.
We had Beck in the chat who confirmed that it was the latest military drill in the tournament on turn 87, I believe, on the Fluffy side.
Yeah.
You kept ignoring it, and we mentioned it every turn, more or less.
We definitely wanted to ask you about that Fluffy, because we felt like you were trolling us at some point by refusing to pick military drill. So tell us what was going on exactly.
I mean, once the Rush economy came online, then yeah, who needs training? Just rush your units. Orthodoxy is amazing.
That was my read, but then when you didn't pick Stirrup because I thought you were going for Holy War, essentially.
I had Martial Code tagged. Yeah, that was a plan.
But at the end, you picked Military Drill instead of Stirrup, so I was endlessly confused. I have also to comment on one player funding 3 or 4 religion, but staying on his opponent's religion for the entire game, then switching to paganism and ignoring the clean sweep you made of religion. So that was very funny.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit troll. I mean, to be fair, I did use those religions. I did build some buildings, got some monks up. Not as many as I'd have liked to, but yeah, I definitely used the time when Saber was clearing his backline to get that economy rolling, which was definitely fun.
All right, good game to you both.
Saber, I would like to ask about what was going on in Zula. We were waiting, and I guess maybe expecting you to start rushing onagers out of there. But you had a bunch of councils queued up. Was that for the money? Like, what was going on there?
Was this okay, yeah, this was I'm trying to remember which city that was. That was like the northeastern city that just became developing.
No, that's a southeastern one from the front line, Cleric City that was developing.
Oh.
But you had council queued. My guess is that you forgot that you had that, so you didn't rush units.
Maybe
there.
I should have rushed. One thing was my cleric's opinion was in the tank, so basically every unit I made out of there had like a minus 15%, 10% debuff, and I just figured I had the full C connection that I could use more rushing out of my champions and the other champions seat. I still could have probably gotten more onagers in early. I got the tech and I kind of forgot about it. I also had pretty underwhelming economy, so I had to sell stone a lot of the turns just to keep afloat, especially once my food started drying up. So that's one thing I tended.
we saw you had to go for the goods boost. We assumed it was that, and we just from our seat where we have time to think about it, we kind of observed that you had we think that maybe you could have attacked, like we said, 3 or 4 turns earlier if you'd been if you'd been rushing onagers out of Zula. But we definitely didn't think about the fact that they would have been weaker onagers. So yeah,
it's a thought though. Yeah, I think my economy was a big bottleneck too. Like I had the rush ability, I had good orders, I just didn't have enough workers and improvements. And I think if I had less orders spent clearing out the camps, backtracking like I did, I probably could have had more workers, more improvements. But I just kind of was bottlenecked.
Yeah, and when you went for that civics boost, were you hoping to be able to attack with your zealot leader at the time?
Yeah, I knew the zealot was gone. I was hoping maybe I could get lucky and roll like a zealot successor that I could abdicate to. But I also just like civics boost in general because it was a reroll. I wanted to get other military techs, and it was a 1 turn, so it was kind of a no-brainer for me there.
Yeah, we saw your zealot leader die shortly after that, and I assume that was kind of painful. But
I thought she was ill. I think she was severely ill at the start of the session, so I kind of knew it was coming. Yeah, it would have been nice though if I had like enlist, because I think that, in my opinion, I think zealots are the best military leader by quite a mile when you have civics late game. I mean, even just the fatigue is really amazing for orders. Like I could have moved a lot more units up. I don't know if that would have mattered honestly, but because it was pretty, at least when I attacked. If I attacked maybe 10 turns earlier, had more units sooner, another onager or 2 sooner. I did get machinery kind of late though, but like that, if my zealot was alive and I attacked and I had civics saved up, maybe, but it like not all those things were lined up. So
yeah, I mean, if you could have enlisted a couple turreted elephants, I mean, that would have been pretty sweet, obviously.
Yeah, that could have been game turning, but I think when I attacked, it was not close enough to matter.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts?
Well, thank you, all the commentators, and Soren particularly for hopping on and joining the chat. I'm very interested to rewatch and see what was said. So thanks for streaming it.
Yeah, thank you everyone, and actually really impressed. We got through an ultra wide map in like 6 hours, right? That was pretty fast.
Yeah, 6 hours total. Yeah, I think that may be a record. Possibly, we'll have to ask Becht. I don't know if you're keeping track of how long the games actually take, but good pace, certainly. Very, very well done. Much appreciated.
Very interesting game. It was a joy to get to cast this last session. And at one point we thought we were going to get bored and have nothing to talk about because it was going like it was looking like we were going to see a standoff. Well, we didn't. You guys delivered, and I believe it was an awesome game. So thank you both, and we'll see. We'll see how you go on in the tournament, dear Fluffy.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you guys. Good game.
Yep. Good game, guys.
Thank you all.
Cheers.
Thanks, bye.
Cheers. And with that, I'm going to close out the stream now. So thank you all for joining, and I'll see you on Discord and in the next streams. 2026 is starting on a bang. I believe we have other games scheduled this weekend, so hop over to Discord to follow what's going on. And thanks again for joining, and see you soon. Bye bye.